This thing's acting up. What's up, guys? What's a boy got to do with it? Jim Cox, that's just reminded me his favorite thing to say. Well, all the time talking about going somewhere and stirring up some bull mess. I apologize, guys. Give me a second to get my shit together. Hey, so, what am I doing?
What's up, buddy?
I can't make anything work, dude.
What are you trying to do?
The computer locked up on me there for a second, but it's working right this minute. It got me a little frustrated. Everybody's showing up. Hang on. I'll get y'all on camera.
Hang on.
Oh. I forgot you got the master switch, don't you?
I ain't no rush. I can bounce the fuck out of here if you need me to.
You ain't going nowhere. Yeah, John, here's this one is bigger.
Dude, these are so cool. This one had a little bit of oxidation on it. I scrubbed it up, dude. I oiled it up.
Yeah.
I love this one.
It's crew wear, so it will patina on you a little bit, but if you'd rather, we can send Maddie this larger one.
Just send it to me. I'll send in that large one. I should have a box for it.
Yeah, I'm sure you forgot about that, but we did the giveaway on your live, and I told you.
Dude, when did we do that? Why do I forget? Because I write.
Oh, it's been over a month ago, and I said
I'll give it away. Down.
I said I'll give it away, but you have to ship it. And you was like, "Yeah, I'll ship it." So I sent that to you.
But did I not write it down in my little brown book? Do you remember? Was it like a impromptu thing?
It may have been impromptu. I know Maddie wanted though.
Well, I'll make sure Maddie gets it.
I've been kind of holding him hostage over it, like acting like I'm never going to send it. But,
I've been posting shit on it. Dude, it got
Would you no for real though, dude? You can have that one, and this one fits Maddie a little more anyway.
It got
I've got a full 4-finger. I don't have a full 4-finger grip on that wrap.
And this one doesn't. I don't get to unsheath it, so it's just a picture of it being shown, and then I do a little screwdriver move with it, and then a little jabby stabby move.
Yeah.
It shows we're live.
Well, we are live.
We are live.
What's up, guys?
I'm just talking like why else would we be here?
I thought we were backstage. I wouldn't just be carrying on.
That's funny. You said.
Glad you held your tongue.
3.7 thousand views. Well, I don't have anything bad to say, but 3.7 thousand views on me just showing the prick.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. I can definitely make more. I mean, they haven't been exactly a hot seller. So I thought, well, they were fun to make, and my wrapping is getting better slowly.
Dude, the wrapping is outstanding. But in all truth, it could be rewrapped. It could be, you could do a lot with this.
Oh, yeah.
You could set it in a handle.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's
devastating. What I think it's awesome for, if you live in a big city, that would be awesome if you glued a little magnet like underneath your armrest on your driver's door and stuck that thing to it.
Just it would always be there. Always be there.
Right. Just in case, you never know when that guy in front of you is going to think you stopped a little too close and want to get out. And I mean, we see videos of it all the time. People approaching the car behind them. Especially if you live somewhere where you can't carry certain things. This would be my last choice. In all honesty, this would be the last thing I'd want to have. But I could definitely get a grown man out of my truck window.
It's a close quarters get away from me weapon. Yeah. Check this out. I just saw it. I'm sure you saw Terry's post, but he texted me. Look what showed up live on Concept's website today. I've already
shared it on Instagram and Facebook. Because I don't handle a whole lot of Chinese knives, so it would be unfair for me to rate that as far as what has been coming out of that country for the last couple of years. But that's one of the first Chinese knives I've handled in a long time. And if everything is that good coming from there now.
I reviewed a prototype that looked like that.
I kind of get it. And in those materials, at that price range, knowing that Terry's going to make a few bucks, that's about it. That $200 is kind of my cap. If they go over $200, man, you can buy an American knife.
Well, and you'll find some, depending like this one here that's got some carbon. It's got some copper carbon fiber. This is like 212. But
Well, I mean, you can always plus or minus $20 depending on boots.
that's as high as you'll see them, unless you get full Damascus.
But I really liked that knife. Like I was shocked at how much I liked.
It fits your hand like a glove. It really does. I only reviewed the prototype. That's why right after Terry told me, I sent Emily, my contact, a message saying, is there any way? And I sent her a link to my prototype review, because I sent her an email 3 months ago. Said, when this knife comes out, I would really like to review it. It's a friend of mine. I love it. Here's the prototype video. And I reminded her, I'm afraid they're going to be sold out of them.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you, and I don't know if Terry will agree with my assessment of it, but I was talking about it to somebody. I remember how it was, and I was like, it's got just a hint of, man, I'm almost hesitant to say this word, but it's got just a hint of fantasy in the design and just a hint of tactical, but both of those are reined in enough to also to feel just a normal everyday EDC pocket knife. Like, it's not so out, and I'm not making fun of anybody. Like the Moonstone, that bod design was so far out there that I'm just I'm Soulstone. I'm not fancy enough to carry that knife.
What's unique about
just has a touch of it, just enough for me to enjoy it, and I would carry this.
And the Harpoon does really fit your hand, and that sheep's foot, unlike, this is a different knife. This is called the A-Haul, but it's got like a real blunt sheep's foot. See that?
Yeah, I like
this one that Terry's done is so much. I mean, you can use that point. It's very acute. Again, the inset liner lock is just chef's kiss. It's just an awesome knife. He killed it.
Paul, this is a little off subject. I had a bad feeling. There's no reason why anybody that's either been making knives for any amount of time, even Todd Carr, I feel like, just with the knowledge that he has absorbed, if you had told him everything you've told me, I feel like he would have told you, that guy don't know his ass from a hole in the ground. You probably don't need to be doing business with him. Nothing about that felt right. So we'll move on from there.
Well, now you got me confused and wondering what y'all are talking about.
Nobody knows about it. I was going to heat treat. So I am making, I'll get into that too. I have misplaced your scales, Paul. It's already not done. I've misplaced your scales. I know they're here. I just had to figure out where I put them, but I'm making Paul Mills, being Paul Mills, had to have something extra.
What's up, Ryan?
And I'm making him a Thug in S125D. Well, the piece that I bought was long enough that he could have a slip joint blade made out of it. And this guy was making him a slip joint, and nothing he did sound or felt right. So I'm just going to leave it at that. I wouldn't.
I got you. It's one of those.
I think what it is, he's just a carbon steel guy, and he don't know anything other than. He probably didn't need to be fooling with that piece of steel, but yeah, it's nothing bad on anybody. I just think Paul may have asked him to do something outside of his wheelhouse,
and he didn't have no in his vocabulary. I won't say one more word about concept again, but the one thing that I really like about them, I've not gotten one concept or seen a concept that's designed by Concept in-house. They're all working with an outside designer, and they promote that outside designer. For example, this guy is an auto mechanic.
Yeah.
He's retired and enjoys walks on the beach and enjoys designing certain types of knives.
We don't need to know about we don't need nobody's dating profile.
No, but it's one of those things where they're working with people that aren't just Radio Conoco, and I respect that. What's up, KC? Knives Fast?
Well, I've been saying it for a long time, and
they're working with Tempest, that knife that's the Thunderhead.
I don't know what KC's new knife is. I don't remember the name of it, but it's by far my favorite he's designed as of yet.
Well, the concept's the one I'm talking about. I think it's the Thunderhead. It's got a ting to it that is let me just Google it.
I don't think people pay attention when I say this enough, but you guys have all heard my stance on Chinese knives. I wish they didn't exist, but they do, and they're not going anywhere, and they have a place. And if
I
you're
don't
going to
think
buy
I heard
one,
your stance on it. What is it?
if you're going to buy one, I would much rather you buy one so that somebody that you know and love within the community, you know, their design, you know, not just for the few bucks that they're going to get off of it, but for the, you know, the pride of knowing that you had your knife made.
I've got this one right here. It's a $196 knife. It sounds heavenly. It's got a front flipper if you like that. That's jimped all the way over.
Yeah, I'm not.
It's my favorite concept this year. I even sent KC a little message. This one's beautiful.
Yeah.
But I sent KC a little message that again, I haven't experienced a lot of Tempest knives. And that Thunderhead, which is just a collaboration, and they've got a collaboration with KC, and I know it's Tempest too, because they're the same. But it's it's one you guys should grab.
Brian F., that's exactly what I've been trying to get at. That's exactly what I mean. If you're gonna buy one to support a homie. And I don't have the money today. My first Chinese knife I've bought in years will be the Orlock. And I made that decision before Terry and I ever started doing business together. Just handling it, I loved it. And then I'm gonna get the Orion when it drops. I'm not making any excuses for why I haven't bought Maddie's knife or Cole's knife. I'm not a Persian. I'm not an upswept blade kind of guy. But luckily, that's not all they've had made, so I have other options.
This is Ryan Ellis's knife. Yeah. I've got to send it to him. Ryan, I'm going to send it to you sometime next week.
Yeah, you'll get that in 6 to 8 weeks.
No, I'm not going to wait that long.
I told him to keep it as long as he needs it, man.
Nope. I've got another one coming up that I'm sending out that I'm going to make a little content with. But this is the Fret, guys. This little knife is just getting better. I love this little guy.
Yeah, I had 2 blue ones at the shop today, and it was amazing to me how different they are. Like, I started to do a picture of a group of the 3 I have right now, but one of them is different enough that in the picture you'd be like, you can definitely tell.
If there's ever one that comes out that you don't like, that's the one I want.
Well, that's just the progression of where we've changed things to
Mad Yako.
To get it to where we want it.
Yeah, this one and the one you said.
You don't have an Orlock yet.
That's just perfect. That little upswept, what you added here after Blade Show.
And you turn that around backwards, like I know nobody should never need a knife that way, but in a stabbing motion.
It feels
notice
great.
how the fat of your hand falls into that thumb choil?
Absolutely, just perfectly.
That wasn't planned. That just happened.
It came out much, much better than I ever anticipated it when I drew it. I expected it to be a very basic little cutting knife, and it turned out to be a very ergonomical knife that, again, it's going to be my overall favorite knife, not because I designed it, but because of the way it's made. It's just the shit. 64 HRC. Just a nice little blade. And then sharpened by Brother Kyle, who hadn't gotten a word in edgewise. He's probably cussing me because I'm just talking.
Good evening, Kyle.
Just par for the course.
Which is a number that you typically hit a little bit over.
Hey, Kyle's literally texting.
I'm just sitting here talking to Ryan behind the scenes, letting you 2 jabber.
You had to give us a few minutes to blurt out all the stuff we were planning on saying. I do have something special tonight, guys. Not knife related, but EDC community related. I got in my bottle of Bugsy Craftworks hot sauce. I'm hoping Bugsy. Yeah, there he is, right there. No, Bugsy. I told you I was going to wait and do it live. I kept pieces of smoked sausage over from dinner to kind of have something to put it on. Just
do a fingerful first. I want to see what it's like just to finger.
I'm worried that my idea of hot and Bugsy's idea of hot are different, so I'm not doing a fingerful.
Well, not a full fingerful, but just do a dab.
It smells incredible. So, Bugsy, put on the screen what this is again, because I already forgot. And I have something really cool to show that I was not expecting from Bugsy. When I opened the box, of course, there's a bunch of cool swag. And there's a really cool. I don't, Bugs, is this titanium or aluminum? This bottle, or is it just steel? It's like a Rothman Knives bottle opener.
Ooh.
But
I like
this is
Cheeto's
cool.
idea. Let's see you take a shot of it.
No,
I like Cheeto's idea.
I'm not Hispanic. I can't handle hot stuff. So I've got the paper here. This knife is called the Peach Smith, or is that who made it? I'm not sure. Peach Smith, 1 of 1 custom, double detent, Tonto folder with pry bar and bottle opener. This guy only made 1 of these ever.
Oh, wow. How does that little pair thing allegedly work? Is there a way that you flip that? I know that's a bottle opener, but
No, this knife, there's no action.
that's just how you hold it. That's just when you open it,
When you
it'll.
open it, that's what holds it open. so it
Gotcha.
don't fold it. But it's also a very good bottle opener. I did try it. It bites. It don't slip. Really good bottle opener. You know, the action is nothing to.
There you go.
It's actually really heavy. Like it's a friction. It's like a friction folder. It's got a lot of friction, but it does have a detent when it clicks open and locks. And I love look at this, because it's like a pistol grip.
Look at that Tinto.
That's
So when
a
you
wild
hold it,
knife, man.
It's
That's cool.
It's ready to jab, and your thumb is on that tab, so it's not going to fold up on you. And apparently, he only made 1 of these. We're not going to talk about what this knife cost because I'll never be able to repay Bugsy for this. And the fact that it can't be bought, like this, there's not even an opportunity to ever own this, but. I think it's really cool the way the cut. You notice how the scales are completely different. I've got epoxy all over my hands, guys. I'm sorry, but
You see what he put on there? That's peach, blueberry, honey, habaneros, and Scotch bonnets.
habanero. See, you've already got me scared, man.
Habanero is a weak pepper, dude. Take a bite. Take a fingerful. That's not like
Come
a.
on.
That's
But it's
not like a ghost
even
pepper.
even if you did try to flick it, it doesn't have it. It does. It's very heavy. It doesn't have
I
any.
just didn't know what that. Now it makes sense that the only reason those old knives you two-hand it and then you put your hand on it and it keeps it more stable.
Yeah. And I don't know if Bugsy knows or not that I could give 2 shits about action. Just do not care. But right, Shane Epoxy.
Luke,
Luke
what's
is
up?
always, yeah. Luke has learned me over the years. I'll say that. But I was just really impressed with that banana shape, man. It, the cops are every cop I run across carries that K-Bar TDI because it's kind of that pistol shape, good for poking, and so is this. But I mean, you have to open it first. But really cool craftsmanship, and really.
Paul Mills, I'm getting your bolt ready to send out.
I'll just say this: you can buy a Hinder and a tie scale for what this thing costs.
Oh, I bet.
So this will be a forever in the collection knife right here. I don't know what the blade steel is. Don't know what the HRC is. I don't even care if it's heat treated.
Just oil it up. Just make sure you keep some oil on it.
I don't care about any of that. But it's also it's also discal ground, so it's a flathead screwdriver and pry bar.
Nice. On the back side there?
Yeah, on the bottle opener is discal tapered.
Paul, it'll go out tomorrow, my brother.
It wouldn't take much to sharpen that, but God, that'd be uncomfortable when it pokes.
You'll probably get an email about 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning wherever I get to printing it.
So, saying all that, thank you very much, Bugsy. I'm going to get to that right now. I saved 4 pieces of smoked sausage from my dinner. And we're going to try this hot sauce out. For all you hot sauce aficionados, I may not be the best person to be. I like hot sauce. I just don't like really hot stuff. So
I'm going to grab something and come back and watch your facial expression.
well, I've got milk in the refrigerator, so if I need it, I can go get it. Luckily, this is one of those very slow applicating bottles because this hot sauce is a little thick for the hole. And Bugsy makes all this by hand, so Y'all reach out to Bugsy, get you some, whatever it was he said, blackberry habanero. Here we go.
Peach, blueberry, honey, and habaneros with Scotch bonnets.
I just posted his IG link.
How is it, Shane?
I'm just starting to get a little bite. I mean, a little bite of heat. But
I mean, the flavors whole is probably pretty complex, right?
and it's very, very delicious. Like I said, I don't mind some heat if it's worth it, if the flavor's worth it.
I did a review on this morning, and all afternoon I've been trying to work out a trade with cash with Andrew, so I don't have to send it back.
Bugs, I think you might want to let people know they're probably going to need to open that hole up a little bit. Be kind of weird if you made it by feet, because it's a little thicker than what wants to come out of that hole, but it's delicious. It does have a bite, but it's worth it because of the taste. Now, he says he makes some stuff that's short enough hot. So if you're one of
He
those guys,
said that one's about 4 or 5 on the hot scale, Shane. So you're probably splitting it right down the middle.
I think this would be much better on a right out of the grease, fresh, hot wing, because the smoked sausage, kind of overpower some of the fruitiness. But it's very good. So you guys, like we were talking about,
I still say turn the bottle up.
if you're going to buy a knife, support a homie, regardless of who your homie is. It's not for me to judge. They're making a knife and you want to support them, that's awesome. It's getting a little hotter, Bozy, here towards the end. It's creeping up on me a little bit. Pop that dropper off. I got you. You can do that to keep the cap clean. Yeah, that dropper. It's building.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah. I'm a wuss though, guys. So don't judge it by me. But it's getting hotter and I've swallowed it 2 or 3 minutes.
Well, the curious thing, what you got to look for is when your forehead starts sweating. Tell me when you get a little glisten on your forehead. That's when you know the actual heat.
So far,
Start dry heaving.
it's just a stinging where it touched. What I hate is when you eat something with hot sauce and just like your whole face starts to burn. Lips
See, I like it when
this
my
is not like
forehead
that.
starts to sweat. I like
This,
that.
you can tell everywhere it touched you on the inside, you can feel it. Oh, I
That's
am
what she
a
said.
wuss, Yako.
Yeah,
I
what did you
usually,
pick up besides the Hinderer at Knives and More? I couldn't remember. I spaced it.
Me?
Yeah, you got
Okay.
another. The fixed blade, bench blade. The fixed blade, bench blade.
Benchmade's new. Yeah, they're Benchmade.
you guys might not think this is impressive, but when the Dave's Total Insanity came out, I used to could cover a hot wing in it and eat it because I'd gotten used to it. But I quit eating hot things a long time ago with my tolerance. But that's not the kind of heat that I hate. Like it builds up, it stings, and then it goes away. It doesn't linger forever.
Cliff, Yako, Todd, what's up, everybody? I miss Crispy.
Scotch bonnets have a 2-layer treat.
You didn't miss anyone, Javon. You haven't stopped talking.
I haven't been dressing people, asshole.
You're just starting,
But
buddy.
the difference between that and Dave's Total Insanity is that actually tastes good.
Well, the flavor profile sounds very complex.
You know, I can't find it. You know that little knife that you sent me, Javon? What was that?
Which one?
It was that. I think I won it. I think
Do you know the
the
color?
last. Yeah, it was my card. I've got it here somewhere. I don't know what I did with it.
Terry, if you had
That little
not
sucker
laid
got
off the spicy stuff, that would have stopped the 2-year-old from eating off your plate. It'll learn that lesson really quick.
That little sucker's got a good action on it. It's
I
very
thought you
addictive.
wanted a cool one, but I can't remember, dude. They all blur together.
I'm
Really
super
sure.
proud of this, and this may be the worst action of any knife ever made. Like, not only is it heavy to get out, but like it's heavy. Let me show you. Like it doesn't budge.
But it's gorgeous.
Yeah, it's just.
Can you loosen the pivot up a little?
No, I don't know. Even if I could and it would help it, I wouldn't. That's not what this is about.
Oh, okay.
Hey, has anybody seen
gotta
Down
yell at
Ninja Tim lately?
I'm not yelling at you. I can appreciate good
Stop
action, y'all.
yelling.
I can appreciate good
I
action.
appreciate good action too.
I just don't
I love
I just
some
don't
good
care enough
action.
about it. John, what's my favorite
Oh,
fidget knife?
Your favorite, which one?
My favorite fidget knife. You just gave it back to me.
Oh, the Concept sheepdog.
Kaiser sheepdog.
Kaiser sheepdog. Yeah.
If I'm gonna fidget with a knife, that's the one I fidget with. Because I like that big heavy blade and the way it just falls.
That page got lost in my book.
Shane Prick giveaway. Ryan Ellis DSKF'd this to Maddie. I sent it to him, Ryan, and he had forgotten. He thought I just gave him that prick.
I was like, thank you, dude. I love it. I've already got somebody looking to make a sheet for it.
For now, he's going to keep
I
that
think
one.
it wasn't too long ago. Maddie was on here asking for a prick.
Yeah.
He said,
Maddie's
"Man, I
one
really
one.
want a prick."
Yeah.
I'm trying to find what you won because I know
This
I've got
one's
it
about an
written
inch
down.
longer, so and it will fit Maddie's hand better. So I'm going to send this one to John and let him ship it to.
That's
You
Maddie's
got the
favorite
Blade
pastime.
HQ. You got that little Blade HQ. That's got a great action on it. That's the little Vox
Yeah.
designed.
Has anybody experienced that Blade HQ
Drew-
Chavez crossbar lock knife? Has anybody?
No, I have no desire to though.
I'm actually really interested.
Because you like a
his
crossbar
design
lock.
language. I love his design language. And y'all are going to hate me, or you may not hate me, but you're going to call me a hypocrite for saying this. I bet that bar lock
What's up, Kevin?
is better than the U.S. made crossbar locks I'm used to.
I guarantee you it is. Because I've gone through here.
And that price, guys, think about this. I don't even know what the blade steel is.
Look,
As long
I've
as
got it
it's
on the home
14C
screen
or
here.
higher, as long as it's 14C, S35, somewhere around in there, for $85 for a Chavez, I'm in all day, man.
Well, speaking of Chavez, Lynx Northwest has now got pocket clips for Chavez.
It's D2 in aluminum, buddy, and it looks great.
Yeah, $85 for D2 and aluminum is fine. It's not going to be great D2, but that's fine.
But they've got it a drop point or a Tonto. I've got it showing up there for you.
Oh, I thought Kyle would put it up, but he left. Yeah, I want the Tonto.
I've got to quit talking.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I want the drop point. I like the drop points there.
Yeah, you can get either one in satin or DLC.
Yeah, I like that.
7 1/4 inches, so I guess it's a little bit bigger than the Street.
Yeah. And that's about the right price.
Yeah. I can't get mad at it.
I agree with that, Todd Carr. I experienced Kaiser's crossbar lock, and it was, if the Benchmades I owned, well, my Crooked River was that good, but every other Benchmade I owned was very gritty and rickety. If my Benchmade crossbar locks had been like the Kaisers I've experienced, I wouldn't have gotten rid of them. The only one I think was actually good was my Crooked River.
That's called the something with a D.
I have no idea what it is.
It's a great action. ENG talked me into getting it. It was on sale for like $109 when I got it, and it's called the Dapper, the Vox, the Blade HQ Vox collaboration Dapper. But that little flipper tab's great, dude. For a little letter,
It's almost
opener.
like it's assisted.
Yeah, for just a little letter opener or something. I'm glad you want it.
Yeah.
Kyle, I hope you come back, dude. I got something I've been really anxious to talk to you about today.
I'm gonna mute myself.
No, you don't have to mute yourself.
What's up?
So I don't know why, but today I was getting ready to rescale Beast Blade's knife. And I just thought, man, I'm just going to try to do this like every video Kyle has sent me. You know the process.
Right.
Doing both scales at the same time. And it takes like half the time. It takes out all the guessing of, do I have it where I want it on the Ricasso? I've wasted months of my life not doing it that way.
No shit. Why do you think I just keep
I know,
sending
but
you
I know,
videos
but I know.
over and over?
What was the excuse I gave you for not doing it that way?
You're a stubborn ass.
Yeah, you didn't want to change your ways.
I was about to say,
And
going
I
in
mean,
one ear, out the other.
I put tape on the back of them, super glued them. I used a 1/4 inch or 1/8 inch quarter-inch pin when I put them on, so they're lined up perfect. I was like, and now when the glue sets, I don't have to go back tomorrow and do the other side or drill more hole. Nothing. It's done.
Shane, when I give you advice, I don't give it to you just
I know,
to hear
but
myself
I
talk.
distinctly remember having a reason why I couldn't do that before. Like I know I'd tried it before, and
But
I
it's a
didn't
great
like it.
lesson for you because you absolutely did something that you didn't think you could do. You saw that it did cut a lot of time off your life. So now you'll take and think of assimilating information differently. So it's a win-win.
I thought
Yeah,
you were muting yourself.
it worked out. It worked out perfect. Y'all can't see it, but I'm holding up a pair of pliers in the camera. Why are you?
I was just reading that.
It's because you all holding those knives up. He's making fun of y'all. He thinks y'all.
Oh, I got you.
Play with your pocket knives.
Meathead being meathead.
Brian, Transparent Knives, what's up, buddy?
What's up, Brian?
Ryan, you don't want me singing to you, buddy.
Dude, I love your little fixed blade. I wish I could have jumped on one of those. I've been watching them. I hope it's a home run.
Now I got a bottle for me here.
So I called you back, Shane.
Check out this bottle opener I got.
I want to give you a heads up, Shane. We were talking about, wanting to share stuff, whatever.
Yeah.
I will never, ever, ever hand sand K390 again
Why would you do that?
because this one needed it.
Oh, did it?
Yes.
I'm sorry.
And I got 2 hours invested in it already, and it's not done.
That's like sanding a diamond, dude. That's 67 HRC K390, by the way.
Yeah, it
So, Kyle, are you working on the flat of the blade when you say sand by hand?
had some markings on it. So
Oh,
I had to go back in and I resanded the blade all the way down to 80, then went to 120, then went to 180, then went to 240, and now I'm on 400. And I'm still not quite done yet, but just trying to get satins back on it so it looks
look how
nice.
sexy that is.
That's my
Dude, that
favorite.
is nice. Whose is that?
That's my favorite joke wolf. That's Snot Rags.
And
Snot Rag, Snot
Snow
Rag
frog.
and Paul Mills are the only reason that knife exists. I was not going to make any more of those.
I like those scales too.
And
It's hard to see right now in the light, but
They insisted on K390 ones. That would have never happened if it wasn't for Paul Mills and Snot Rag.
Well, and you took it to another level. You improved on it to make it a knife that is super, super usable and super cool. That choil is the bomb.
That's all it took. Just that little bit of finger choil. Because everybody asks me why I don't want to do it anymore, and it's because, and I tell them I think Ben designed a shit knife.
But it's just like evolving the fret like you did. It's a matter of getting it just right. And some people like a small pocket knife.
Derek, I'll hit you up tomorrow. We'll talk.
It was just how easy it is for your finger to ride up on the sharpened edge. But
Dawson, shut up.
they are very well made.
I already had a hell of a time with your knife. I don't want to hear it anymore.
And I mean the Jack Wolves. Y'all have never heard me argue that. That is a very, very well made knife.
The fixies or the
Everything he makes, or whoever makes it.
oh yeah.
He don't make anything. Whoever's making them are doing a really good job. That's not my knife.
Hey man, that little knife at 90 something bucks from
Yeah.
Kaiser is good. It's thin. If you like a
Thinner.
nice one, you can get one for like 150 in S45. It's not hollow ground, but it's a great little slip joint.
Yeah.
And it's actually got some improvements because it's got this jimping that goes all the way around so the blade won't come up and cut you. And that's why
I remember when I started all my drama with Ben, and Ben did say something that was true, and I think Lefty said it too, and that was that the Jack Wolf slip joints, comparing the Jack Wolf slip joints price-wise to the ABW is not necessarily fair because they're not the same thing. And that is correct. They're not the same thing. Looking at them, the Jack Wolf's a nicer knife. There's no doubt. But that's supposed to be the point.
It depends on what you want out of it.
Right. China's supposed to be able to make a nice knife at a lower price. And I'm going to cover this. I say one more time. I'm sure I'll do it again. But I was talking to Brian at B's Blades today, and we were kind of talking about some people's misconceptions of me and how I feel about things. I do not have an issue with the fact that some knives are made in China. I think the world of Ryan Ellis. He buys some knives out of China. He don't need them. He don't need budget knives.
Appreciate the pass.
But it's cool. I mean, he can do whatever he wants. My issue with Ben Belkin is that Ben Belkin is going to cost all of you guys more money on every knife you buy from the time he started his business till the end of time. There's no stopping it now. Because what he did was he showed the Chinese that you can make these knives and the market will bear $300 for a Chinese knife. The market will bear Chinese costing more than U.S. made. And everything they make will increase in price and cost you more money because of that. He opened that Pandora's box. There's no shutting it. They're only going to continue to climb higher and higher because Ben proved to them that you will pay more for Chinese. That's the problem I have.
To a point, I think Ben probably raised their threshold. This knife's $160 with the same materials as Ben's, basically. But Ben, his brand, love it or hate it, is where that extra money comes to. That's the threshold of as high as people will go, because Essex or Esnix is also a U.S. maker who uses China to manufacture, who's in that 300 price point. But I don't think Kaiser or Kubi or any of them could come out and sell a knife for over $250 unless it was like full Damascus or something crazy.
Yeah.
But you're right. This
They
probably
will.
would have been a $90 knife.
They'll continue to climb as they see Ben's knives sell out. They'll continue to go up.
I disagree with one point, Shane.
They're not going to double them tomorrow. They're going to creep up. What's that, Kyle?
I disagree with a little bit of that, saying that's not a fair comparison, because in a sense it's not, but one knife is full tie.
Right.
One knife is camo, carbon, whatever.
Right.
The camo carbon, I do believe, actually was sourced and sent. The MagnaCut for the ABW is American. It
Right.
is CPM. So that's not a fair comparison.
Right.
And it's half price. So I don't think that.
I mean, purely aesthetically. Aesthetically, even I agree the Jack Wolf is a prettier knife.
I don't think it is.
And more work went into it, to make those bolsters and if they indeed, the transitions are as smooth as everybody says they are. I get it. I'm not taking their side, but I do agree that they made somewhat of a valid point there.
I disagree, because I don't like the aesthetics on most of the Jack Wolves.
Yeah, that's personal preference. I think it's a beautiful knife and it's well made.
This knife came out long before Jack Wolf was ever a thing. This is a Kaiser. What's it called? Anyway, it's called something, a zip slip, and it's a slip joint. It was part of their Bladesmith series back when the Sheepdog first came out. It listed for $189. I got it on sale for $99. It's titanium and S35. So
that's a really good price.
$189 is what they were selling.
That Tucson that Derek sent me, I mean, it's in D2 and titanium, but it's really well made. It's really, and at $100, that's right. But it's not going to stay that way, because Ben has showed them that they can get more money.
Dude, this is one of the best slip joints I have, and this is a titanium M390 Tucson that was $89.
And Roman, I liked Ben too, until you can tell a lot about a person when you confront them about something and how they handle it. And he does not take confrontation. You either ride his cop or he's fucking done with you.
Yeah.
And that's not just coming from me. I know several content creators that will tell you, you either ride his cop or you don't exist.
And he's also big into collateral damage.
So that may not apply to you as a knife buyer and a fan, and that's fine. I'm not telling you.
Cliff,
to not
two
buy.
sons are great.
I had it out with him early on, and he definitely disrespected me. So he got on my shit list quick.
Well, that's not hard to do, Kyle.
No,
I do that.
you know the story. That was not.
Any knife maker that tells you HRC doesn't matter, in my opinion, at that moment you should turn and walk away and forget they exist. But
Or I
that's
could-
my opinion,
Or telling me I couldn't tell a difference.
right? And Meathead, those Temu Benchmates are absolute. You might as well go to Walmart and buy that crossbar lock they sell. Those things are garbage. Now there is a rumor that you can buy one of those for about $25 and contact Brian at Transparent Knives and buy one of the Benchmade blades he's taken out to do a reblade and put that Benchmade blade in that Chinese frame, and at least you have a decent blade.
Well, they're the
I'm
Chinese
not recommending that.
versions. There's a no, the blade length on the Chinese versions are slightly smaller. Now, I don't know if the
people right now
scales
that have
are smaller.
Two people right that's been carrying
Yeah.
them for 3 years. They've got a Temu
Yeah.
Benchmade
But
blade in it.
other than that, there's very small differences.
And also when it
your pocket
closes,
clip.
The blade sinks in just if you hold them up and look, you can see a difference. Like the blade rests a little deeper in the scale when you swap it.
Yeah.
But the point is, they didn't just clone that knife. They copied it exact. Like you can literally take
They
that
did.
blade out and put it in, and that's just dirt.
But you got other small differences. The pocket clip's a little bit crooked on your Chinese mades for some reason. All of them are, and the middle screw hole for your
Great
pocket
point,
clip
Todd
is not
Carr.
threaded.
Then
On
tell me
Chinese made.
no. Yeah, no, don't buy one of those Meathead. Yeah. I wish I liked the 20.5s, Terry. I owned one for about 2 days, man. I get it. I understand completely. That knife's just not for me.
I had 4.
I got excited about a double detent friction folder that most of you guys wouldn't touch. As soon as you tried to open it, you're like, this is garbage, but I love it.
You know, I hated the 20.5, but then I had that 20S recurve in recently. And
I love that recurve.
Is that the American made one?
yeah.
They feel
And-
a lot different.
And it
Oh, really?
actually, I'm still not a fan of the lock, but it grew on me. It's actually not a bad knife.
Brian, I don't know if you're still in here, but I was with Javon and we went to the Nashville Custom Knife Show. And I look over and Andrew Dimko's over in the corner. So I go over talking to him, just being nice. And in all honesty, I was completely naive to how disrespectful I was being. I do that sometimes.
I don't
But I
think you're
mentioned to him-
disrespectful. I think
I
you're
mentioned
just
to him how awesome it was that he came out with a 20.5 and provided you with such a good platform to do reblades on. He did not appreciate it at all. He did not think it was funny. He was through talk. His exact words were, "That was absolutely not my intention," and walked off. So Andrew Dimko doesn't care for me, and I don't think he likes you a whole lot either, Brian.
no. Well, I was biased collateral damage too, but you didn't say anything wrong. That's a compliment. If he's going to make a lot of knives in Taiwan, and somebody's going to make them a lot better and
He's never made an interesting blade. He's never made a performance blade in his life.
no,
He is famous for the fact that he creates almost
Lock.
unbreakable locks. Like the handle of the blade will break before and there's nothing wrong with that. That's a great thing to be known as, is this innovator in locks. There people have made other locks. We don't know how strong they are. You know,
I still think the Scorpion lock's one of the coolest locks made. The one on the 8015. Hey, look, Tippy says hi.
it doesn't work for me because of my neuropathy.
What up, Tippy?
Team.
Tippy's been fucking up.
I hope Tippy
Huh.
fucks that other cat up.
Yeah, big time.
First time I ever went to John's house, I walk up the door and look down. There's a pile of dead birds with no head laying right at the front door, and I was like, "John got a cool cat."
Yeah, she's a rock star. She's a gangster. Sweet Paul. Like I said, I had 4.
If I created any friction between you and Andrew, Brian, I apologize. It was completely naive redneck dumbness, though. I did
No,
not
he should be
trying to start trouble with him.
Look at somebody like TRM who customers mod their knives, send them pictures, and then they start making those modifications because enough people want to mod it.
And
That's
see,
the way you look at it.
Jared Neve has been talking about that for years. Jared Neve, for 5 years that I know of, has been saying the issue with U.S. manufacturers is they don't listen to their customers. They sell so many knives. They're so many years behind. It would cost $500,000 to retool to change something, so they're just not going to do it. The fact that you got companies like TRM and American Blade Works who listen and make changes to make their customers happy, that's why I support those companies. I would rather have an ABW than a TRM. That's just my personal opinion, but I support both those companies 100%.
Yeah, they're different sizes. You can't help but like Michael Martin and his son and everything he stands for.
Michael's such a good dude.
Yeah.
Brian,
And you can't help but like those guys too, the TRM guys. Sorry, Kyle.
That's all right. I was just gonna say, Brian, that's so silly because as soon as someone buys a knife, it's no longer any of their business what you do with it.
Right.
It's yours. It's your property. You can do whatever.
That's
the hell you
always
want.
been the issue I have with Hinder and the Hinder fans. Like, the only few times I've actually been mad at Brant is when he's talked down at somebody's Hinder because they put something on it that Rick didn't make. Well, fuck Rick Hinder. I paid $450 for a knife. If I want to put fuzzy dice on a lanyard, that's my choice.
Right.
You know, you don't get to judge my knife because I put something on it that I like.
No.
Now, on the flip side, I wholeheartedly agree. Like if Demco or one of those companies say, "Hey, if you mod your knife to the point like it is warranty is voided on it,"
Absolutely.
I get that. But it's still yours to do whatever the hell you want with it.
You know, that's like, you know, when Greg Medford said, if you take your Medford apart, the warranty's void. You can call and ask, and you actually they have never ever turned down fixing somebody's knife. He says that publicly to stop people from doing stupid shit and fucking their knife up and costing him time to have to fix it. He's gonna fix it, but that is his policy: is that if you take it apart, warranty's over. That sounds dumb, but that's Greg's mindset. He don't care how it sounds. That's just him covering his ass.
Bottom is, what's the action? He fixes it and probably gives you a little speech in his own special way to humble you.
I just don't get Meathead using the thug in the kitchen. That makes no sense to me, Meathead.
Todd, I think it's probably the reason that if you can buy aftermarket scales for Demco, for example, it takes away the need to pay $600 for a Demco full tie, right? Because you can buy the scales.
Right.
So I don't, because most of his mods are on 20.5. So I don't know. You know, I'm sure there's a valid reason, but I don't think they're trying to meet that demand.
I think 20.5 would have ever. I think that hype train would have ran off the tracks a long time ago, if not for people like Brian and other modders.
Bingo.
Turn those knives into something that they weren't.
Bingo.
Or it wouldn't have been such a blank canvas if they actually made decent blades on them to start with.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I had mine one day. I sharpened it, and while it was on the stone, I was like, God, I hope I don't lose my ass getting rid of this. I don't know that much about what metal feels like on a stone, but I swear to God, I thought I was sharpening a ceramic pot. Like,
You must have got one of the very early
It
ones.
felt like wet clay. It was terrible, and I got rid of it.
Was it an early one?
Horrible.
I don't know. I traded for it used, and
It was
I
terrible.
literally had it one day. I
The
got it sharpened.
only one.
I got it sharpened. I put it on Facebook or something, and guy made me an offer, and I took it. It was
The only one.
it was Backpack B.
Yeah.
See, that's another thing. Backpack B bought what 9 20.5s. He wouldn't have done that if he wasn't capable of modding every one of them differently.
Right.
The only reason he had it.
The
Those
only
modders-
one that I found that was halfway decent was a 3V. All the other steels on them were junk.
I got a 3V blade from Brian that I replaced one with. Got two 8010s that both sharpen well, or not OS 10, and then a K112. So I think I got one of each of the old steels, and then the one I really like is the Shark Cub, the little thin one that's got the slicer blade. That's a smaller knife altogether. It's got aluminum handles. This is a sweet little knife.
Well, me,
Yeah.
I can't remember if that knife's crewware or not, but I'd keep it dry just to make sure. I don't remember if yours. Yeah, yours is crewware. I wouldn't let it. I wouldn't leave it laying around wet. It will rust.
Keep it oiled too.
Yeah, keep it oiled. What was my smiling
What's a
cut
Mad Rat
at the booth when I was the knife show with you?
The Stevie Beard oil on it.
I think Meathead's. I'm pretty sure Meathead's kin to Randall from not the fancy fixed blade guy. Randall's Adventure Team. Isn't that your cousin Meathead? You ran into him at Blade Show. I thought that was cool that Meathead's kin to the guy that invented the EDC pocket knife. Yeah, Randall.
It's very cool.
Aren't most people in Alabama can just nut each other though?
Somehow, yeah, down the line, creep cousins at least.
Creep cousins.
Man, I don't think you realize how famous that dude is. Like, he's literally traveled all over the continent. He may have been on other continents, but I know, like in South American stuff, he's gone there and taught like guerrilla warfare and survival to all kinds of people.
Didn't he?
I'm not sure.
Did he
I know
design
Meathead's
or
not
something?
lying.
The Rat?
Yeah, the Rat, Randall Adventure Team.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did jungle survival stuff. He was a lot like shit. I already forgot his name. God, you remember what I'm talking
Bear
about?
Grylls?
The guy that made Bear Grylls is fucking
Yeah, he's a
scheme.
moron.
Easy.
Easy what? He was a scam artist.
Bear Grylls makes the coolest orange handle knives at Walmart ever. You bite your tongue, shutting the
piece
bull.
of trash. Kyle, who's
It was
the
just
guy
the
that
marketing.
taught the tactical stuff that I was telling you that made John Willis famous?
Who?
The guy that run the tactical training school that passed away recently of ALS.
Oh, you're talking about
Rambo.
God.
Rambo.
I can see his face.
Might as well be Rambo.
No, hang on one second. Because he ended up going to Ukraine and fighting because he was.
And
Yeah.
I found out he had ALS while he was in Ukraine. He was in like his 60s.
Yeah, I can
That
see
dude
his.
taught
I can
more
see his
people
face.
He's taught more people how to kill people.
Damn it!
And I'm sure him and Mr. Randall have probably taught the same troops at the same time somewhere. Why are we forgetting that he was the #1 tactical training school.
James Yeager.
James Yeager.
It's going to take me a second, but I
You
yeah,
ever seen
Yeager.
that knife, Ryan?
I have not.
Tipper.
That's an OG. The Roxy, the Wee Roxy 3.
Oh, I loved those knives, man.
I bought this from
It's
Brandon
gnarly.
Thrasher. This used to be a hype knife,
Yes, it did.
and it deserved it. It's a
Todd Knife and Tool.
Todd knife and tool.
Everything they design looks.
Yeah, I bought.
like kind of steampunk.
Here's the best tech Todd knife and tool. But they've got those 3 dots. They're very steampunky, Shane. You're right.
I love their design language. He would have put Rambo in a dress. James Yeager was like, the guys would have already been through SEAL training and would go to James Yeager to train for upcoming actions. Yeah.
He had some controversial takes though.
Oh,
Some of his training protocol.
Yeah. Everybody does, though. Everybody's got something that worked for them, and people are going to argue it. I love them flat blades. Yeah. Yeah, Todd Knife and Tools. You've got all of them, huh, John?
I've got I don't have the Natrix, the new one, but I've got I got the 3 best techs and the Wii. I don't have the original Roxy. the 4-inch one like Tri-State's got, or the little one. So no, I don't have them all, but I've got I've got all the collection I'll have.
Right. Yeah, that'd be one of those knives that if I had it, I doubt I'd carry it, but it would,
Oh, I like that one.
it would kill me to get rid of it because it's been on my
Sure.
radar since I got into pocket knives.
Yeah,
That's
Meathead.
cool
He
type
does a lot
stuff.
of different stuff, but there are so many guys out there that do that now that you can get good info from.
That's
Oh,
what
Mills,
people
this
like.
is
probably that group that DJ Shipley's with.
Do what? I'm sorry.
Your favorite's that group that DJ Shipley's with, though, right?
No, I do like Cole Fracker or Facker, whatever his name is, but I'm not
I
a
would
fan.
have quit, dude. That whole DJ doubling down on Sig, that was embarrassing.
I'm not a fan of DJ at all.
That embarrassed me a little bit.
His dad really,
His own dad
yeah,
call him out online like that. That was one of the most embarrassing things in the military community. So DJ Shipley's dad owned his. If you don't know who DJ Shipley's dad is, Don Shipley. He's got a very successful YouTube channel where he tracks down and exposes stolen valor. And on one of his videos, he's showing pictures of DJ's son and puts in big letters across the bottom of the screen, "Pay your fucking child support."
Ooh,
Yeah.
that's for his own son.
Yeah. Like a decorated war hero. And he fucking called him out online.
yeah, Tina. There's a lot of that shit going on, but
And I don't know how much of it's. I've got where I ignore it because I don't know how much of it's true. It's so easy to make an accusation nowadays. I know
Ryan, Paul's asking what you're flipping.
one thing he
Yeah.
lied about and admitted to, but
having a topic.
there's a ton of shit about
But at the
it.
same time, did he go to Afghanistan and round up a bunch of those people and save their lives? He absolutely did.
Yeah, but so did a lot of civilians.
I know.
And the only reason
That's some of those people too. I'm just saying, I'm not taking away anything that they did, even though we're getting off topic here, but this is something I want people to understand. In order to even volunteer to do the jobs that those people do, and to be able to push your mind through that kind of training, you're already a fucking psychopath. You've already got to be a psychopath to want your job. Like, your only job in life is to kill people. You already have to be a psycho. So when they say stupid shit and we expose them and think, "Oh, I can't believe he would do that." Really? Because he was a fucking psychopath to begin with. They all were. You know, Mike, Grand Thumb, all the Navy SEALs, all of them. Yeah.
You've been seeing this, all the shit coming out about Shrek?
Yeah, but I don't know what's true and what's not.
Dude, there's been a lot of proof coming out about a lot of stuff.
How are they proving it?
Tracking down his military record, like where he wasn't places he said he was. I mean,
Why would anybody, and I'm not taking up for
There's no
anybody,
there's
but
no
why would
record in my
anybody
military
make up bullshit nowadays where everything is verifiable?
There's no
To me,
recording
that's
in my military
insane.
records of me going to Australia or Adak, Alaska, or
Shane.
Okinawa, Japan.
Shane, you weren't spec ops. Those things are finely tooth comb. There's very few people of them, so it's easy to track.
I don't know.
But
I'm not going to judge a man for something I wasn't there to see. That's all I'm saying. Especially when it's another man saying it, another YouTube channel trying to get clicks and views. I just can't. I'm not going to believe it until I see it.
yeah, there's a lot that's been coming out about Shrek that, and he always had that attitude though. Like when he did interviews, he always came across as
All
very.
fucking
Seems always humble and green and really nice of Fiona.
They're all psychopaths.
To a point.
I know. I've partied with them. They're all fucking. They're like rabid dogs on a chain.
Luke, there's spec ops and then there's special ops. You're right, window lickers. They get the different types of
I
helmets.
was a CB. All CBs are special operators. They're all a little.
Except for those that get flown into Kuwait in the middle of a firefight and dropped off from helicopters, right?
That's the biggest bullshit lie. No CB.
I know.
They
I
have never
know
hit
that.
CB, put him on a helicopter, flew him in, dropped him 5 miles from a battle zone, and had him walk in to kill people. That has never happened to any CB in the history of fucking ever. So
Right.
when you see somebody in this knife community claiming that happened, he is a full of shit fucking liar.
Shane, that Boltac or that Barlock Chavez
Yeah.
is exactly the same size as this street, 7.25 inches. So it's a little
I
guy.
think the price is good.
Yeah, the price is good. It's just a little guy.
Right there, it's right there with that. I'm also interested in that Chinese made Dwayne Dwyer. I wish it wasn't, but the price is right coming out of China for those materials.
And you're supporting that designer.
No,
Cliff, I didn't.
Dwyer's a piece of shit.
I know he is. I know my buddy at Knives and More hates him.
I didn't get to see any of that. Like, it was in total darkness. I don't have an opinion of ADAC other than it was like being inside of a freezer with the light turned off. I did see the National Forest, the ADAC National Forest, and about 9 months later, I met the man who planted it. Like, literally planted all 8 of those trees. He was a government service worker who would go around to bases and set up telecommunications.
Yeah, there's been a lot of interesting ones, Shane, that we haven't talked about. But
well, and Kyle, in all due respect, I don't want to, because that was one of the first things that got me to not want to communicate with a certain couple of people about a year ago. Was when they started that shit. If you weren't there, I don't want to hear about it.
no, I just meant I was going to give you information about where to go look for stuff.
I won't look. So
Okay.
no, I don't know about
No.
obvious business.
Luke, no. We're
What's
talking
up,
about
Richard?
we're talking about Dwyer,
Satisfaction.
not Chavez.
Have
Matty John has your prick.
you prick, Matty.
I told him to ship it to you, and he said, "Fuck, Matty, he's not getting it." So
I forgot that I gave it away to you, so it became mine. I fell in
that
love
one's,
with it.
that one's a little smaller. This one's about 1 inch longer and has a full 4-finger
That's what she
grip.
said.
Where that one don't. So I'm going to ship him this one to send to you. A little
So
bit
you do have
bigger.
a prick coming.
It'll fit you better. But that's actually yours, and Javon said you can't have it. So.
Well, because Shane didn't put a note in the box. I thought he was just
I
doing
thought you
something fun
remembered
for me. Of
Then we
course
gave it
not.
away.
Not when you do random giveaways. If I don't write it in my book, which I did write that one in my book.
Yeah.
All fairness.
Javon can't remember what happened 2 seconds ago.
Your collector.
Why don't I, if it's
Oh, I know.
impactful and it makes sense, if it's not just dribble, I certainly do remember it.
So here's the thing. Hey, what's up, Brian? You saw those pictures, didn't you? Yeah.
What?
What are y'all listening to?
So,
I hear Brant.
I do too.
I think Brian's watching him on the cell phone.
I used my prick today working on the truck. Tina, I can't think of a single smart use of the prick working on a truck, but you do you, buddy.
Luke, it definitely is. I'm about to tap out.
Yeah, you can see you're tired, buddy. You're getting a little dark under the eyes.
Yeah, I've been going since.
Did you hear anything
4
back
o'clock
on your crew? Has anything developed with that?
Yeah, I'm getting 3 of them back. 2 of them, they're still holding them.
Yeah.
So, which is wild.
I'm not
Like,
about telling that story on here, but I think it's way too. It needs to be known,
it's not.
but
I'll tell you this much:
It's
like,
way too-
nobody's gonna believe it. Nobody's gonna believe it. Everybody's gonna argue with it, and
Right.
I don't blame you, because a few weeks ago, if I heard the people say what I saw happen,
Yeah.
I would have told them they're lying too.
Yeah,
You know
I
what I'm
think
saying?
you need to let it play out and see how things transpire, and then it's your story
Yeah.
to tell if you want to tell it.
That's why I've pretty much kept my mouth shut. But
Right.
I have contacted a lawyer too.
Good for
I'm,
you. I think you should
well, yeah, I mean it's a legal issue.
Well,
to cover your ass.
it is, and the way certain things was handled was really wrong. For
Yeah.
one, and
And another point
Like I
is,
said.
we told it. Some people would take that and run with it as that's the way it is.
Right.
This could just be the policy of a local
That's
higher-ranking
the thing. I'm praying, like I
Could have been the guy who fought his
pray
girlfriend
daily,
the night before.
bro. I pray daily that this was an isolated incident.
Yeah.
I hope, but at the same time, I've heard people saying this since this started.
I have too.
And I've
That's
been
why
like,
it was
oh,
upsetting.
You're full of shit. You're
That's
full
why
of
it was
shit. That's
upsetting
not
to
how
hear
it is.
It's propaganda, is what it sounds like.
Well,
But
there hasn't been
It
there hasn't
does.
been that much on record of it, so that's why it's interesting.
Oh,
to see.
even they release AL.com did a release on this incident. They did an article.
Wow,
and
Maddie, that is wild.
The number of people, they even lied about the number of people that they picked up in that article.
Hey, God, I won't get into politics too deep, but it already started that way a little bit. But you guys just help me out with this. That I kept seeing these like they look like legit pictures and video of like 3 million people in Great Britain that marched on Parliament. They all had British flags, but they were all carrying like Charlie Kirk pictures. Did that happen? Was that real or was that AI? Or
You can't tell if anything's real nowadays
I
on the
know, but
internet.
I'm confused why they would be in such an uproar over there.
Because they're in the middle. I don't know if it was real or not, but they're in a huge fight right now with free speech, and they don't have free speech technically,
No, they don't.
and their rights are getting trampled on to the point where people are getting arrested for memes. You can think something, and if they think you think something, then they can arrest you for it.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's real or not, but I know they're having issues. So
I
yeah,
think the reason why I asked is because if that had really happened, if all those people got together and marched and protested their government, which is completely legal here, I don't know if it is there, but it's a little bit embarrassing if Great Britain could get 3 million people together
right.
to peacefully assemble and have their voice heard over a topic, over something that happened here.
You know why we could? Well, I'm not gonna say it.
Yeah, it's just
In,
Let's move
internal
on.
forces would turn it to a fucking shit show.
Yeah, that big truckloads of bricks dropped off on street corners, and
Yeah, the Brits are on the verge. Well, I mean, I'd say there's a lot of that going around.
Maddie, which gun hammer do you have? Do you have the drop?
Does anybody realize how bad the Braves suck this year?
I don't watch it.
It is horrible.
Are they just like
Absolutely
dropping
horrible.
balls and doing shit like that?
God, dude, it is ridiculous. Yeah, you name it. They literally look like the Bad News Bears this year. Everybody's injured.
that's
The
awesome.
real news is how
Strider
the
sucks
Cowboys
now.
doing. They suck.
The Cowboys,
Yeah.
same way they were doing the last 20 years.
Fucking, I went to the grocery store last night and Auburn scores a touchdown. Looks like they're going to hold them off. And I come home and they fucking lost. The fucking heartbreak kids.
Bro,
That's why I don't
hey.
watch.
Listen, I'm a big Bama fan. I think it's funny, but the refs blew that game. Horrible.
I didn't see it. Did they blow it for Auburn or for Oklahoma?
Oh, for Auburn. Like they had
Well,
some
I saw
very
the
like
pass
bad enough
interference call that led
bad
to the
enough
touchdown
where
that Auburn got.
where
It's bad enough
the
that an
committee
Alabama
has
fan would
released
say
a statement about it.
it's
Okay.
bad
Do
enough
what?
that an Alabama fan could say Auburn got screwed.
Oh,
Oh,
they
yeah.
You saw the
Yeah,
kick six today, right?
Shut the fuck up.
Maybe I only asked
What?
because
No, I'm saying there was one today.
Cheeto
Oh,
and
I thought you were talking
Kathleen.
about. I thought you were talking about. this incident.
Kathleen says she's
No.
only 7 miles from the Cardinal Stadium where they had that event.
How bad, Kyle?
today, and traffic was backed up
Jeez.
since late last night. There was a huge turnout for that.
Ryan's still testing. That was a decade ago. No, there was a field goal miss today that was ran back.
Oh, really? Who did that?
well, they blocked it.
Yeah, or whatever.
The Eagles blocked a field goal last
Yeah.
second field goal by the
Right.
Rams to win the game.
Yeah,
Blocked it, and some big fat lineman ran it all the way back.
yeah.
Oh, so it wasn't like caught.
I
and
love
run
seeing
back?
linemen score.
I do too. I love to watch a fat man run a
I
football.
like when they like stop at the 2 and they dive and they barely get it across the goal line, but they show it in slow motion 100 times.
Yeah.
and when they leap, their feet come off like 4 inches. They get a
But
4 inch.
I kind of agree with you there. Kathleen, it's great to see you in here, by the way.
Kathleen, you're always
Absolutely.
such a. I know you're not smiling. You might be smiling, but you strike me as a smiling face when I see you in here.
But Matty, Cheeto and I have talked about that knife. I had a full titanium Kaiser gun hammer, but it was it called the Spartan blade? It's not the drop point.
Patina, yes.
It was the
I wish they would
the
bring
gun
Cooper
hammer
in.
I got turned on to. There was only one by Peter at Therapeutic Knives. I bought one. It has a really pronounced round teardrop flipper tab, and it's a design by
It looks like the hammer on a rifle.
right. But who's the designer? It's a
Earl
famous
Ralph.
Dale Ralph.
Daryl Ralph gun hammer.
I
Yeah,
owned a custom gun hammer.
Yep.
Like a $1,500.
yeah,
custom.
those are amazing.
DDR was a legend.
Gaudiest. It was the gaudiest. Like, I was embarrassed to carry it.
He designed so much
How'd
stuff.
you come
well.
across it to be embarrassed to carry it? Did you get it on
Dude,
trade?
I traded for it, yeah, and I did well on it, but the point is, the drop point one is a usable carryable knife. The other version of that knife that Kaiser made, I think it's called the Spartan blade, was like a heavy recurve tento. It was a crazy. Like, I felt bad opening it in front of women. Like,
Hey, here's some pictures, Shane. I just pulled it up.
you
I
put
think
up
the one you're talking about, the Tonto. This
They
funky
didn't
one.
call
over
it a
on the-
Tonto.
Is it this one right here?
No, it's the red one, the one with the red background. That
Okay, hold on.
I
look
owned the Kaiser version with that blade, and I owned a custom Daryl Ralph custom in that blade. I didn't know what to do with it, so I joined the Daryl Ralph fan club on
To sell
Facebook.
it?
And dude, they acted like I was royalty because of that knife I had. Like, apparently, I had one of the most
I
desirable.
had this one right here, and I gave that away. I had that Kaiser gun hammer.
I loved that flipper tab.
Yeah,
I have
it's,
heard if you drop it on the flipper tab, it was bad to break.
I would think it's very weak.
Yeah.
Look what came up. That's in my thumbnail back when I used to do. Look at that ugly how you can switch the clip, not right to left, but from top to bottom.
Mine had both holes. The custom has it both ways too.
That's an OG thumbnail of mine.
Dude, there was just so much milling.
They should have done that in the same pattern as the scale.
It was just so far overdone, man. That knife,
The clip.
Yeah.
The reason they don't is because when it goes in your pants, it's smooth. So yeah, it doesn't look good. I don't think they should have done a choice, but to have the smooth under the clip, it makes it go in and out of your jeans much better.
it
If
does.
that makes sense.
But it made the knife.
Look
Also, the knife
wacky.
is so overdone that bare spot just stands out like a sore thumb.
Yeah.
The
Look
one
here.
I saw from Cheeto has Cheeto's done. That's enough of that.
Whoa,
If it doesn't have a flipper tab, it's not a gun hammer. That's the whole point. The flipper tab looks like a gun hammer, like the hammer on a. Anyway, I'm sure Paul Mott would grind the sumbitch off.
You could probably grind it off with the Dremel, Shane. It's literally that thin. Check this out.
That's the whole point. Why would you grind off what the knife is named after?
I
There's nothing
wouldn't,
wrong with
because
flipper
it's got really good thumb studs that are also your
Nothing
stock.
wrong with a flipper tab. Flipper tab save your finger from when the knife drops shut. It hits your fingers so that you don't look like Lefty. That was
Check out
I lost
what
all
I'm
respect
sharing.
for Lefty when he destroyed his thumbnail. Wouldn't stop. Where'd Kyle go?
Did Kyle quit?
I think Kyle's tired of hearing my voice.
Well, he did get in here with two people who are really good at talking over everybody. John and I just
What night did you say I
just get
won?
louder.
John? Paul won a little fixie from Richard. He won the CJRB Bolt with the recoil lock V2 and G10.
I didn't
and-
think ARB still used D2.
Not D2.
Oh,
I said the version 2 recoil
okay.
lock. They
I got
use ARPM9.
okay. My first
Then you
CJR
want
game was in
some,
K2.
some Lucky Dog Knife sticker pack.
Yeah.
And some stickers. You'll get some other stickers too.
That knife, that bolt's actually a good looking knife.
It's a great. The choil's really good. It's again, you look at it, and there's so many things that the Benchmade could just tweak a little bit. The bug out. They don't need to because they sell all they can sell.
I know it was ironic.
Okay, knives.
I know it was ironic seeing KC in here due to our last interaction about a month ago. But the reason that happened is he posted a picture of his new design. And I've always said, I stand on my beliefs, but I try to call it like I see it. And his new design, I thought was the best thing he's ever done. So I said that it was the best looking design he's ever made. So I'm sure that's why he was in here tonight. I know some of y'all had fun with it, but I think if all I do is poke at people and attack people, that kind of makes me an asshole. But I've never poked at KC or attacked him until
Hey, KC's a good guy, regardless of. I mean,
Kinda,
at the end of the day, he's a good guy.
garbage.
kinda.
But I do think it's funny. But what do you think of that, Ryan?
I like that knife.
As soon as I picked it up, I love it. I love it.
See, I used to be bad to judge my stuff to stuff like that, but I have to keep reminding myself that that's made by a robot. That is,
I was about to say, yeah, there's no.
yeah, that is
but
capable of approaching levels.
I've been seeing it all over social media, and I really liked it. But when Tape pulled it out, I was like, I mean, it's very well done.
Show Shane how
I
they
like
did
it.
that sheath.
Oh yeah, the sheath is Kydex. The Kydex is just goes in so far just for retention.
Oh,
So the whole sheath where the blade touches is leather. That's their second generation sheath.
that makes
Yeah.
sense. That's kind of like on the bug out.
the-
It doesn't have full liners. It's just got the little piece that holds the stuff. That's the same way with the
Right.
sheath. They just use Kydex for the part that holds it in there.
you can see that right there is about how far in it goes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a great idea. I don't know
I think
if
it's a great
they
idea
like
too.
invented
The thing
that
I
or
don't like
anything. I don't
about
know
it-
if it's been done before, but
Well,
I
that
think
and the
it's-
Bradford Guardian, they don't give you
Are
any
those
eyelet.
dips? Is that a depression in the center of the handle? Does it dip in?
yes, and my fingers fit perfect in it.
I see. I did something like that very randomly on the Alabama Hammer, just because the scales were so plain. I literally just dug a ditch down the middle of it, kind of very random, and I got really lucky because Troy was like, "Man, I absolutely love what you did to this handle.
Really,
My fingers laying right in it." So he's getting ornery again.
the
They
only
did a really good job with it.
my only downside is they don't give you an option besides the horizontal carry. So if you wanted to put an ulti clip on that
Yeah,
or something like that, Bradford's the same way with the Guardian. And there are a lot of companies that do give you the choice
I
with
think,
a leather.
yeah, that's why I didn't put anything on my sheaths used to. When I make Kydex, I didn't put anything on it because it don't matter what you put on there. Somebody's going to want the opposite.
You just want to give them options. So as long as you give the little grommets or whatever you call it, if it's a
I
taco
haven't made
sheath
a
on
sheath in forever. Terry's been doing them. So if you want a knife from me and you have a particular carry preference, get with Terry as soon as you decide you want one.
and I've got
it that way.
Harry, and this is an OG.
Yeah.
Scout carry, I guess you'd call that.
What knife is that, John?
That's a Aries EDC pedal
Oh, okay.
that Paul Mills got me, surprised me with.
Yeah.
Got glow carbon fiber.
I love
Yeah.
his handle work, man.
Glow
Paul
GT.
Mills, I want something from Aries.
Hopefully today, what I learned today, hopefully is another step in me transitioning to getting closer to Aries' level of handle
To
work.
being a woman, it's about time you tell
Dude,
everybody.
every day that you are down there, you're learning something, and don't Don't compare yourself to
And
anybody.
I
'cause
knew
you're
Kyle
doing
was going
things-
to yell at me. I honestly don't remember what I told him. I remember telling him a reason why I didn't do it that way.
It's something you fabricated because you were being stubborn. We all do it.
No, it had to do with I was struggling to work with that many pieces at one time. Like there was just too many. But I think it was because I
Jim,
hadn't tried applying the tape. Just putting painter's tape on one side and gluing the two scales together. That way you can get them exactly the same on the grinder, and then pop them apart and peel the tape off.
I wonder who told you that.
I know.
I'm just
I'm
gonna
not
say,
arguing
when I want something to go through, I'm just gonna start sending you 13 videos a day.
You did send me 13 videos of it. You sent me 2 or 3 of Gentry knives showing how he installs these handles, and I watched. And there was something about that process that I struggled with. And then today I tried it, and it's like I didn't struggle at all. I don't know what I did different. That's what I'm getting at.
Richard, I hope you like your Seagull, buddy. I still think it's the best budget knife so far this year for me.
The Seagull?
This right here, little multi-deployment hollow ground. This one's AEBL, but they also do it in 14C.
That makes absolutely no sense.
I know.
AVL and 14C.
Let me guess. Is that a Kaiser?
Yep. That's why I said it's my favorite value. And I like Concept as a whole and Tenable as well as Kaiser. So it's just this design. This is a Kaiser design. This is the 14C. But it's a deep hollow grind. It's got what I call the nimble deployment, where you got the blade hole,
Yeah.
a really well done top flipper. If you're a fidgeter,
I like that little tiny tab in the back for flipping.
and then a little
That's
tiny
I'm glad
tab.
I'm glad he took care of that for you, man, because I know it didn't have good retention.
But it just fits the hand really well too. It's just ergonomically. It's for a $60 knife or whatever it is. And the AEBL's $10 cheaper. It's only available at Amazon. Don't ask me why they would have made it in both.
Luke, I'll address this question. I dip so much, like I am so addicted to nicotine, that I'll wake up in the morning and go brush my teeth and instantly put a dip in. And then I have a fresh dip in until I spit it out to eat lunch. And then I'm constantly rotating fresh dips in until I eat dinner. And then until I'm so tired that I know I'm going to fall asleep, I take it out. That's how often I dip. And I've dipped so much that the inside of my mouth is so raw that every now and then I have to vape just to give my gums.
Your mouth cancer's time to quit flaring up.
That's why I'm vaping. And the
But
problem is, if I quit dipping and I go to vaping, it's literally every other breath. Like every second breath I take, I'm inhaling on the vape.
The
What
downside
milligram
of
are
that
you
thing,
using?
Huh?
Go ahead, Kyle.
I was just gonna say the downside of that, Shane, is when you get to the point where you're gonna need partial lip replacement, you don't have any ass to spare any skin to put there.
I know.
You're going to have those thin ass lips.
Oh, I know. I'm aware of all that.
But if you find some good nicotine salt, maybe starting out at 50 milligrams.
Well, I got the VA to send me some Nicorette, and I'm probably saving about 4 hours a day. But I chew it so voraciously.
I did too.
Supposed to chew it a few times and let it rest. No, man, I chew it literally trying to squeeze.
Don't feel bad. I did the same thing, but it got me off cigarettes.
It's kept a dip out of my mouth for longer than bar ass.
And if you can get to the point to where you treat it like a dip, where you get it good and peppery, and then just park it like you would a dip, maybe you can eventually get that psychology going. But to me, I kept on the Nicorette, and I decided nicotine was going to be part of my life. So for me, vapes and the nicotine salt, I'm down to the 25 milligram, but is the way to go.
Well, Jim Cox, I'm going to lose all my teeth anyway because I went so long before I had my quadruple bypass that my heart quit pumping blood to my jawline. So my gums are eroding regardless. I even told the doctor, I said, this is my fault from dipping. He's like, dipping's horrible. He's like, but this is not from dipping. This is This is a blood flow issue, and there's nothing you can do to fix it at this point. So,
Oh no, Kathleen. Good night, girl.
gosh,
I hope
I
you
can
quit
imagine
beefing.
that
I'd
thing.
have had to shoot it out at like 4 o'clock in the morning.
I would have shot it. I'd have hit it with a baseball. Yeah.
That's maddening, girl. I'm sorry you went through that.
Y'all keep Kathleen in your thoughts and prayers, guys. She's. I don't want to discuss anything personal, but she's having a little bit of a rough time. So.
Space Ghost, that's the trick, is to find a good little device that won't leak in your pocket. And the cheap one that I found that works as well as any other is the Vaporesso. And they make it in a little small square one that when I was at work I carried. This one's more like a pin, but they work well. I want to get the new DNA 20, the little Orion that has a rebuildable little section. I used to love building coils, and this you can rebuild for your salt nick.
I was never that dedicated. I did use a vape to quit smoking.
Dude, I had the kit. I used to buy wire. I never made my own Clapton coils, but I would buy them, and I'd buy alien coils that I would use these little gauges that I'd wrap the coil around, and then I'd test them, burn them off, pack them with cotton. I love doing that.
You don't necessarily want to be building your own coils for nicks or for salt, because you're going to get your resistance too low, and you're going to end up over nicking yourself.
Well, I think they've got that in this, and I'll share this atomizer with you when I get some information on it, Shane or Kyle. This rebuildable, I think it's set up for this DNA chip that's in this little Orion prevents it from.
Well, no, I'm familiar with that, but the problem is, so if you start building your own, well, we can talk about it later. But yeah, it's
I won't build low. I'll build to whatever the spec is, just for fun. Not to try to get more.
I don't know if you've experienced this, dude, but when I had to have some teeth pulled and I got my partial, that got me by for a couple of years and I was all right. But I was with John and Ryan when I lost that thing, and I've not talked about this publicly, but that has caused. I'm sure Kyle knows. I haven't talked to him about it, but I know he knows. That has caused me. I've had to fight every day to keep myself from hitting rock bottom with my depression, because I am so embarrassed by it. And I had a way more successful social life than I should. And I'm either in my bed or at the shop working. I don't go out because of my teeth. So that sucks that you're going through that too. I've got to get something done though, because like I said, it's been horrible for my mental health since the moment I realized what I did. Like, it sucked all the fun out of that weekend that we've just had for me.
Yeah, that was a huge bummer.
And it's been every day since. Like, I could prove it. Kyle can tell you the people that I know are all very questionable, but
Mhm.
they have literally been blowing me up, telling me they want to see me, and I can't do it. I can't. I don't know.
Dude,
that's a good thing though.
You're in good company. My teeth are all
But at the same
fucking
time,
history.
the entire time I'm live,
Hey, guys, I'm checking out, man.
See,
Love
Ron,
you, brother.
I'll take it easy, man.
the entire time I'm on camera, I am staring at that box to see how often you can see that my teeth are missing, and it drives me fucking nuts. I hate it.
Don't even let it bother you if you can, dude. We all got.
Well,
our
I
fucking-
feel like I'm. It's like, to me, it's like, climbing a light pole if you're scared of heights. I just keep making myself do it because nobody on here. I think I've gotten one joke, and it was in fun, but I've been making myself go on camera like this, knowing that it's a permanent record. Anybody can dig
We're
it up.
our own harshest critics, dude. I mean,
But it's been hard on me. I ain't no lie.
I know, but anyone that wants to judge you for that isn't someone that you need to be around anyways.
absolutely not. I mean, you got so much.
Yeah, that person's me, and you're right. I haven't wanted to be around me anyways.
Shane, I feel you. I know
But
exactly
I
what
am
you
proud
feel.
that I've been able to overcome it somewhat. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's still, You know, it's a struggle every day, and I don't win it every day. And I know that sounds crazy that I let something like that affect my mental, but my mental health is already fragile. So it doesn't take much to, you know, to worsen it. So
Space Ghost, shoot me a message. We'll talk about it.
Yeah, the
Oh,
community's done so much for my mental health, but again, it's a source of a lot of my stress too. Like when I've got to do, because I'm not always feeling it, you know, when I've got to be live, but I would never say that. I just do it, and thank God that Kyle and you guys join me.
well, Five Door, I accepted a long time ago that I didn't have looks going for me. You know, and I was 380 pounds at one point in time. All of my social success has been because I'm rowdy. People can say what they want, dude. If you're the loudest guy in the bar, you just get fucking rowdy every time
Or
you
in
go
your
somewhere.
case, if you type in all caps,
There are a certain class of people that are extremely attracted to that. So that's what I concentrate on. But I
that's
ain't,
your secret sauce.
yeah, it's making them laugh, making them wonder, are we gonna go to jail? You know, I don't know how Meathead and I haven't spent the night in jail together. I really don't, because we've pushed it every time. Used to every time we were together. We pushed the envelope to see how far we could go, and I guess God just smiles on idiots.
Looks out for y'all, man.
I guess so.
Y'all are walking through the raindrops.
Right now, I wish they would just pull them off. Like, I wish you couldn't see the ones that I do have. I would feel better about it. And if they pulled them all, I could. But instead, I'm stuck with. I'll lose a couple more because I have to be pulled. Because one of my front top ones is starting to. What do they call it? It's mobile. It's starting to move. So I have to have another new, you know, $1,200 fixture made to fix that. Then when I lose another one, I have to have another new fixture to fix that. I'll end up with $30,000 in fixtures that I have to throw away every couple of years until I end up with just dentures. And that's the only thing the VA won't cover for me. Because I'm not going to lie and try to get more than I deserve at the VA. Everybody does it. I know it's commonplace at this point. I get it, but I'm not doing it. I'm just not. To me, if you lie to get a higher disability rate at the VA, that is no different than stolen valor. And I hope, I hope somebody in Huntsville hears me say that, because it's not. Stop talking shit about veterans that you were not there and you know nothing about while you're lying to get a higher disability rate, because that is also stolen valor. I'm not doing it. So I'll just make it out teeth. When I've realized that, John, I ain't gonna get into it. Never mind.
I know someone like that.
Yeah, there's so much sewage in that little swamp. It's
swamp is a very good word for that.
Yeah, it's I just choose to look away and stay away. You know.
Yeah.
I did tell Richard though that
I got out of the military perfectly healthy. I'm not connected at all, so I don't get a percentage. And I know my ears have been ringing for 35 years. I know I could at least, you can get 30% now just for tinnitus. I've been told. And I do deserve that, but I don't have it. But man, there's so many, you can literally YouTube it, exactly what to say. And there's things that if you say it the right way, they can't argue it, and they just have to do it. Or they might make you wait 2 years. You know, but
you're still, like you said, you're not doing it the way it was set
that's
up.
how crooked it is, guys. You can claim that you were deployed for so long and didn't get to have sex that it caused you to have ED. That's a 10% disability with the VA, because they kept you away from your spouse for so long that your pecker quit working, and you can get money for that. I don't know a single soldier, married or single, that did without. I don't know.
Yeah. It's just a fact, Jack.
Yeah, it's really easy to lie if you know which things to lie about. You know, if it's something they can do an MRI and prove, you're probably not going to win that. But it's just, I'm
But
just
just
not.
the fact that you go down the Lion Road is a bad road to go down.
Let me tell you another story, and I'm not bragging on myself, but I had buddies of mine that I lost respect for because they got mad at me. About 18 years ago, my mother ended up with emergency custody of these two little girls. They were my third cousins. And my mother took them in gladly. She was not in a position to be raising a 2-year-old and a newborn baby. So when my wife and I got together, we started taking the 2-year-old quite often. And that just kind of snowballed into us having her a lot more and a lot more and a lot more. And finally, we adopted her. Well, the only issue with adopting her was everybody in the family wanted this child. Everybody wanted her. Everybody was fighting over her because she came with a $1,200 a month disability check because she was born with a cleft palate and no uvula. And as soon as we got custody of her, I called Social Security and told them that I wanted to stop the disability check. And it was like, there's just a long pause. And they were like, you want to what? I was like, I want to stop a disability check. And I explained to them, they was like, but sir, she deserves that check. And I was like, no, she doesn't. She's not disabled. There's nothing wrong with this kid other than she talks a little funny. I don't want her to grow up thinking that she's got this crutch to lean on because somebody told her she's disabled. I want to stop the fucking check. And they did. Could I have used that $1,200 a month?
Sure.
Absolutely. But two things. She didn't grow up with a crutch thinking that she deserves a check because her speech is a little impaired. And all of a sudden, magically, everybody stopped fighting over her. There was no more check. Nobody wanted her. And she's literally on the other side of that wall right now. We legally adopted her. I stopped that check.
And you stop the social labeling that comes along with it.
Right. I'm all about. I love money just as much as everybody else does. But when the day they put me in a pine box, I'm gonna know, and everybody that knows me is gonna know that everything I got, I earned. You know, and I just can't do it. I just can't.
That's gonna be a lot of pine.
It's gonna be a big box, but
It's gonna be a big box.
Did I tell you that story about my my dad?
your dad was a big man too, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was cremated though. And when my stepmother went to the funeral home to collect the remains,
I think I've heard this.
it walks out and hands him an urn, and then hands him a Ziploc bag. She's like, "What the hell is that?" Well, not all of them would fit in the urn, so they put the rest in a Ziploc bag and handed it to her. Like, what the fuck are you gonna do with that?
Yeah.
Like, really?
She didn't even need to know that.
Well,
shit.
a lot of times,
She's gonna walk out of there with that urn.
and think,
Right.
yeah, I know, but a lot of people are very particular, especially if you're going to spread the ashes. You would feel, and I'm sure the funeral home has to give whatever comes out of that oven at that time.
It
I've
does.
heard things about what that is,
A buddy of
but
mine owns one. They had to give you everything they can recover.
But you don't. You would go to her and say, "Hey, maybe you want to buy a bigger urn," or instead of just handing it to her in a Ziploc bag, looking like
Yeah.
fucking ash from the campfire.
dude, I could tell you some stories that have to do with cremation and borderline personality disorder, and I'll get so many chill bumps I won't be able to sleep
His
tonight.
penis was in the Ziploc.
Dude, I'm not even gonna try to rethink those thoughts.
That hammer wouldn't fit in the urn, so he had to put it in his bag. That's hilarious.
About right.
Yeah.
Dude,
Well, but the only upside I can see to that call, she could have been a good person and gave your mom the Ziploc bag part. They could have split him. I mean, they both spent time with him.
Oh no, my mom would have flushed that down the toilet so fast.
I'm not. I really need to look into that too. I may do the same thing my mother's is doing. She's got a card, and the minute she passes away, they know to dial this number, and some medical research hospital up in Tennessee will come get her, and they'll have medical students, that are going through school doing autopsy on her, and further their education.
Donate yourself to science.
And then they'll cremate her and send her back to us within 90 days. I've got family members right now that are telling me that when that happens, I need to fight it. That's my mother's wishes.
Right.
I don't have an issue with it. I think it's a very valiant thing to do.
It's the same thing as being an organ donor. Why would you, if that's your wishes?
Yeah.
Right.
So I think I may do the same thing because I don't want. I've seen families kind of in the same financial situation. Nobody in my family's starving. We're doing okay, but a $15,000 funeral bill. If you understand how these funeral homes work, they can take your home.
Yeah,
It can be so crooked. I just don't want to know that I spent my whole life trying to benefit my children. I don't ever want to hinder them that way. The public part. Bettina, I know I won't be around for it, but I would fucking cry like a baby if I got to come watch them burn you in a Viking boat in a pond at the public park. I would cry for an hour and then laugh for a fucking month, dude. That would
Rosie Craftworks, that's been the only thing that's kept me from doing the whole organ thing. I've heard too many stories, and I'm sure they're all fiction.
Yeah. And she had to sign, like, they even let you pick, you have to sign off saying that you don't want to be one of those people they send to that body farm in Tennessee, where they'll just hide a body under a piece of tin just
to see how the bugs deal with you.
Yeah. You don't. You can choose not to go that route, but she will be used for medical science. Students will learn what an actual heart feels like in your hands. I don't have an issue that bag of water is no good once my mama ain't in it no more, so I don't care.
That's a fact, Jack. I like the Viking boat thing though. I wonder what it was. I thought it was service.
Can y'all see Meathead burning me in a Viking boat? Do you know that some bitch would use 50 gallons more diesel fuel than he needed to? It would be the biggest fire in the state of fucking Alabama.
They wouldn't even need a boat for Javon. They could just put him on a pool noodle. He'd fit. And just put him out there.
Well, that was one of the cool things Johnny Depp did was when he followed Hunter Thompson's wishes and shot him out of a cannon. Shot his remains out of a cannon. But no, they're evidently, you can go, I get these emails because I signed up for them for little ChatGPT cheats. And there's one that you can go in and tell it your skills and come up with like 10 hustles you can do from home. Or you can say, I'm thinking about doing a funeral home that only does Viking burials. Where would I find waterways that would do it? And ChatGPT will lay that shit out for you, man.
Well, Bettina, I'm going to be completely serious and honest with you for a moment. This probably isn't the place to do it, but we'll do it anyway. When I was thinking about doing that, I was heavily considering leaving the information with my daughter and having them ship my ashes to you so that you can spread them in anywhere in Yosemite Valley, because I know they won't be able to do it, but that's the most beautiful place in the universe. And if I could have my ashes spread anywhere, that's where I'd want it done. And you're the only person I know that could do that. Because you have
at Yosemite Park or is Yosemite Valley somewhere local?
It's the park, but Yosemite Valley is when you come out of this tunnel and the valley just opens up to you. You can see Half Dome and Bridalveil Falls.
I got you.
It's the most beautiful place on the planet, man. Like everybody Grand Canyon is a fucking crack. It's nothing compared to Yosemite Valley. And I was fortunate that I got to experience it in a heavy snow. It was life-changing, literally life-changing.
It was that majestic.
It was the most beautiful thing I've ever, and I get it. The fact that when Teddy Roosevelt crossed that hill and saw it, he instantly decided this never needs to be molested or touched. This needs to be protected till the end of time. So,
Shane, the
Yeah.
bad thing is Tina would probably put him in a bunch of enchiladas so that way you could tear up the asses of Californians one more time.
if he wants to bird me again in his busted ass little pirate boat, I'm fine with that too.
Nice, Richard.
But that's the only person I know who could get me there. Like, Glacier National Park. Yeah, I haven't been to Grand Teton either, but I've
Man,
heard
to switch the conversation to something more morbid, have you seen all the bodies that just stay on Mount Everest?
Yeah,
Yeah.
That they have to leave them up there?
It's not near as gross as all the poo that's up there.
Oh, I mean, what else?
Because it doesn't go anywhere. It doesn't
No.
deteriorate. It's just a frozen turd. Yeah.
Well,
You sleep in your truck, Tina. Yeah, I'd love to see. Hopefully, I really hope that this knife making thing leads me to being able to take my grandson within the next few years to maybe Grand Teton and Yosemite Valley. I just want him to see that there's more to the world. The only other place I can imagine that I would like to see in person, and I don't even know what it's called, but y'all know where I'm talking about, where there's all those like conical cliffs that shoot up out of the ocean. I think they're around Malaysia or the Philippines. Those rocky, jagged things coming up out of the water.
Yeah.
It's in you see them in the very end of that last Born Identity movie. I'd love to take a boat ride through there and see that in person.
Patina, you could mix them up with your rhino liner and paint your truck, and then every time you walk by the truck, pet Shane.
I'd go for that.
They're called
I could go on all the adventures with Patina. You can
Right.
take you with him.
They're called sea
He gets
stacks.
a fender bender and a chunk falls off. It's like, damn it, that was my buddy Shane.
They're either Haystack Rock in Oregon, the 12 Apostles in Australia, or Old Man Holly in Scotland.
Cliff, you asked me earlier about ADAT. We went up there because they had a whiteout and had some. I spent 4 days in total darkness chipping ice off of equipment and power poles. Literally, to go from point A to B, I don't know if you know this about ADAT, but there's ice tunnels to get you from one building to another because they don't want you going outside. It was a miserable trip. I got to experience none of the beauty of Alaska. It would never get a day. Yeah.
You wouldn't need 5-mile-an-hour crash bars, but just put Shane's head in the front part.
I think roll right there on the front bumper. You'd be protected, buddy. Yeah. That is God's country. You're right. And you know what, I think when it really hit me is I didn't necessarily get into geology or geography, whichever one it is. I didn't really get that deep into it, but I remember watching a thing about Yosemite Valley. And when you realize the violence that it took to create that.
Oh my God.
Like that was all just the tectonic plates crashing together and pushing rock up. And God almighty, man. The violence that it took to create something that beautiful is amazing.
You know, another thing just shows you, and I've seen some footage lately on my YouTube feed about Mount St. Helens erupting, when you just see the power of fucking nature, what it can do, you know?
And that's why I'm not a global warming, tree hugging type guy, because I'm of the belief that when this planet is done with us, it'll shake us off like a bad case of fleas.
Yeah.
But we can't. I don't think we have. It's not that we don't have any effect. There's nothing wrong with picking up your garbage. There's nothing wrong with recycling. There's lots of stuff we could do that would help our environment that we're not doing at all right now, that don't require laws and negatively affecting people's lives. You know, it makes no sense. If it doesn't make dollars, it doesn't make sense. You know, and this stuff doesn't make money. So the Skeeters make that statement. Yeah, I couldn't handle the Skeeters, Luke. We can still agree on Kyle's mom, though. Y'all leave Kyle's mom alone. That woman's a saint.
It's all right. Let them find out. I should rip them a new asphalt fashion, and they wouldn't know what hits them.
Kyle's mom's been really sweet to me.
The
I can't wait any longer. I get a dip and quit sucking on that vape.
good old Cliff lives in an igloo up there.
Oh, does Cliff live in Alaska?
Yeah.
That's why he's so blunt. Them
Yeah.
Alaskans got no fucking filter. They don't care if they hurt your feelings or not.
The only real friends he's got are the polar bears.
Alaska, you got to be a man's man to live up there. That's the real deal.
I've learned. I don't know how long Cliff's been around. I've only discovered him a month or two ago, and I've noticed him being a little abrasive. So that makes complete sense because he doesn't live. I'm assuming he doesn't live in this, pillow top, soft world that the rest of us do. So
I met a guy at Knives and More. I don't think it was Cliff, but it was last Monday, and he was on his way to Alaska.
Cliff, were you in Alabama last Monday?
Where do you live in Alabama and you just go to Alaska because you have boats there that you own? No, that's not Cliff.
Random. One person lives in Alaska and he had to be in Alabama.
Yeah.
Hey man, he said he watched the channel, but this isn't the channel, so he'd never know Shane.
Well, dude, that story of the boneyard, the dude that was in Florida and went up to Alaska and bought that little piece of property. Now he's digging out all those.
All the mammoth bones.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen him on Rogan.
I love that dude's story, man. Looking at him, that big, fat, whiskey drinking, cigarette smoking, you find out he was a college swimmer.
Yeah, no doubt, dude.
Yeah.
And he found all those bones in the Hudson River too.
Yeah, he bought it hoping he would find gold. And now they're literally standing on gold. Like he should post pictures all the time of him standing there and the gravel under his feet is chunks of gold. And they just ignored it. He's like, we'll get it one day. Like doesn't even care about all that gold because he's literally pulling millions of dollars worth of artifacts out. Yeah.
That's just amazing, man.
That
And it's
rem-
all on that pack, right? It was this weird area that they said that they thought
It
they
makes
were
no
all.
sense. Why did all those animals die piled on top of one another right there? Like
And
it's like they all got pushed to this one spot.
from like a landslide or a
And
volcanic
they just
type.
died right there. Yeah, animals that, and it blows my mind because like still to this day, scientists will be like, this animal didn't exist up there, and he's like, I've recovered 20 skeletal remains
Yeah.
of the animal right here. They didn't exist there. That's the problem with science. Science is based on theories. Theories
Yeah,
are
absolute
kind of like
theory.
opinions. And they refuse. The problem is they refuse to change them when they prove them wrong. The point to science is you are supposed to come up with a theory.
Look what
And you
Space
spend the
Ghost
rest
just
of your
threw up.
life not trying to prove it right, because it's too easy to make something look correct. You're supposed to spend the rest of your life trying to disprove it.
That's right.
But they quit doing that, and now science is fucking garbage. Because those guys will still say that the short-faced bear never existed in Alaska. And he's sitting there holding the short-faced bear skull with the meat still on it.
Yeah,
Its
look what
eyeballs are
Space
still-
Ghost said.
What?
They found another one that's deeper.
He ate. Did you see that? Space Ghost? He ate a piece of. He ate a piece of
That's kind of gross.
mammoth meat. Yeah, sure did.
It tastes like chicken.
I don't remember exactly what he said, but they tested it, to make sure it didn't have bacteria or whatever in it, and they said it was well preserved. But I don't think. Sound like I remember him saying it didn't taste very good. But
Well, I
yeah,
wouldn't think so.
Yeah, I would think it tastes
thousands
huge.
of years old.
Man, I stopped at the Shell station tonight, and I was on my way back from Dad's, and I picked up these chocolate wafers. I'd never seen them before. They were imported. I didn't look at the date.
Oh God, you didn't get the Kuwait or the.
They were some other country, dude. And let me tell you something. I took a bite of one. I never go back in the store, and I walked back in. I was like, something's fucking horribly wrong with these. Like, God, they just expired 2 years ago. It's just something different. I was like, God.
What's this new chocolate that's all over TikTok? Is it Abu Dhabi? No. Maybe it is Abu Dhabi chocolate. A local, of course, it's an Indian-owned store, has got them on the counter. And the candy bar is like this long and this wide, and it's $8.
What makes them so good, allegedly?
I don't know. Dubai chocolate. Yeah.
Oh, Dubai.
Apparently the whole thing's a scam, but it blew up on TikTok and people are just buying the shit out of it. So
Well, that's what you get when you listen to TikTok.
yeah.
What's funny is, have y'all been following Prime's downfall?
Who's?
Prime, the drink, Logan Paul's.
Oh no.
Dude,
There-
that turned out.
There's no downfall. He's
What?
made there is no downfall. He
Oh
sold
yeah,
Coca-Cola and made hundreds of millions of dollars.
they didn't sell it to anybody yet. They hadn't sold it to
He's
anybody.
made
And
enough money that it doesn't matter.
he's made enough money, but his being a billionaire is not going to happen through Prime.
Well,
Prime has been proved to be
how much
kind of
money
like,
does a man need?
well, if you're somebody like him, unfortunately, it's insatiable. For you and I, we'd be fine. But
Yeah.
for somebody like Logan Paul, that's how they keep score. They don't have normal. They count.
You know what? You know when they get really dangerous, John, is when they can't keep scoring money anymore.
Oh, you're,
That's when evil really happens. Is when
That's
the
true.
money doesn't matter, and then you have to start accumulating things you're not supposed to have.
you're exactly right.
And 9 times out of 10, what is that thing?
Yeah, you're exactly right, dude. I mean, unsatiable, just crazy, crazy shit.
Taboo things, and it typically turns into children. That's why you see all these mega rich people, flying to an island to sleep with underage girls. They ain't got, dude, they could hire those girls. I don't know how to say this without talking about it. You could pay for a much prettier female who absolutely knows what she's doing. But that's not the point. They acquired so much money and so much power that the only reason that was attractive to them was because it's something they weren't supposed to have. You tell them there's something they can't have, and that's what will drive them from that day forward.
Because they're used to accomplishing things that shouldn't be accomplishable.
Right.
On a different note,
Yeah.
you're speaking of,
Hold on one second.
I was going to tell you this the other day, but I forgot to tell you, Shane. Speaking of, you brought it up with the fat guys. Did you see what happened to Daly?
I didn't.
He was on tournament last week, and he went full 10 cup. He had a 19 on a hole.
He hit a what?
19 on one hole.
So he hit the ball 19 times on one hole?
Yeah, he had a full 10 cup moment where he just kept going for it.
Yeah. That's not good, though, is it?
No, it's not. It's horrible, but it's freaking hilarious.
Yeah.
Because
I think that's 100% the fact that he gives zero fucks, isn't it?
exactly.
He probably made money off that. There's probably, in some way, he made money off that.
I'm sure there's probably merch now for it, but
Yeah.
it's
You're exactly right, Crispy. That's what drives those people is the thrill of the forbidden. Yeah. What's Patina talking about? A 1972 ATC. What is that?
Probably a car.
I mean, I'm assuming it's a motorized vehicle, but I don't know what a 72 ATC all-terrain. I don't know.
You want me to tell you something funny that my mom told me the other day that just fucking horrified me?
Dude,
So
I would
there's-
give anything to have been able to go to that. I don't know if any of you guys watched Patina's live stream the other day, but that has been
Right.
live. He live streamed from a off-road. I don't even know what you call it. It was just a show. Like Robbie Gordon's trophy truck was there, and the
where
stuff
did
he
you
was.
do this at?
Huh?
Where did you do this at?
He did it on Instagram.
Oh, I
And
didn't see
apparently
it.
he was limited to how long he could be live. I didn't realize there was more than one segment. The Sand Sport Super Show. It's like Baja 500 trucks. I've
Oh.
always said if I won the lottery, I was going to build a buggy and go run the Baja. Not in the race. I care nothing about competing. I just want to go run the course. Just me and a couple of buddies and buggies and cruise the course at a much lower speed. That's always been a life dream of mine to go do that.
just ride it.
Yeah, but I would have loved to have been there. Patina was getting to touch things that I only know exist, but well, I've been around some of it. I don't know if you know this, Patina, but Rusty's Off Road is like 10 minutes from my house, and they have a trophy truck. His son Tony drives it, so I've been around some of it, but I don't think it's as high end as some of the stuff you were there.
Thanks
See that
for
one?
giving me the heads up, Tina.
Yeah, I didn't know either. I just opened my Instagram and said Tina Turner was live. So I figured he was at the park with the kids or something like that. So I was gonna, the McGoways, dude. I've got a long history with that entire family. Me and Rusty are tight. Me and the youngest son Zach. It was amazing how good of friends me and Zach were, and I had no idea he was addicted to heroin the whole time. No idea Zach was on heroin, but he doesn't even speak to the family anymore. He's out of the off-road business. I don't know what happened, but they don't. Yeah. Jeep
It would
Speed.
happen, I'm sure.
Yeah, there's Jeep Speed posters and pictures all inside the shop.
Tina, did you did that guy that remember that video I sent you of that crazy off-road rig? Does that guy any of his stuff show up there to that show? There was this one guy that I saw, he was doing these complete overhaul rigs. They're like $500,000 setups that he does for.
Rusty's the reason I got into rock crawling. Like in Alabama, all there was mud bogging. And I went by Rusty's to buy something, and he had this gold two-door Cherokee Chief, the small Cherokees, sitting on 34 1050 15 Super Swampers, factory four-banger, but it was geared out the ass. And that's what got me into rock crawling, was Rusty. Yeah. Now, it wasn't the truck. It was a two-door Cherokee Chief. Yeah, but it was the small ones. The little box shape, the XJ. But, yeah, Rusty's who got me into it. And then, like, when I would build my buggies, I used all my bushings, springs, everything I bought. I had an account at Rusty's. I could just walk in and pick up whatever I wanted. Yeah. His son, Tony, I don't know if you've ever met Tony, but Tony had, I haven't seen her in a long time, but the first time I met Tony's wife, I didn't even know what AI was, but AI couldn't create that. Like, she is inhuman. I've never seen a female. I didn't even know women like that existed.
She made an impression, huh?
It's almost impossible to. If you told AI to make the perfect female, I would bet you money that she would not be as pretty as Tony McGowis's wife. Never seen anything like it was intimidating. Like I couldn't. I don't even know how a person would approach that.
Tina, the 4.0 was the best engine they ever made out of any of the complete. I'm talking like Chrysler, Jeep, all of them.
Yeah. I called Jeep Speed and got the specs and built one of their 4.0s. I think you take the 4.0 engine and put the 4.2 head on it, but you have to have the water passages epoxy shut and a bunch of stuff you have to do to it. And the Weber carburetor is supposed to put out like 450 horsepower. It's a Foot Doctor, literally 2 minutes from my house. It's his daily driver. Yeah. It's amazing that you can call those people and they'll share anything with you. I've called Downey Off-Road. I've called All Pro Off-Road, Jeep Speed. They'll walk you through how to do what they do. You know, you'd think they'd be like, you know, buy it or fuck off, but they're not like that. Yeah. Cool people.
Yeah.
All Pro was my favorite because All Pro was very Toyota straight axle centric. That's what I did.
Tina, the issue with the Hemis is trying to get a good transmission to hook up to them.
I loved my Hemi Dodge Ram.
Dude, the Rams had good engines. The Hemi was a good engine, but the transmission sucked in those things.
I never had trouble.
Were they underbuilt for them or just not?
Dude, everyone I know had problems with them. And Matt, my buddy, who's a mechanic, used to work on all of our cars and the clubs and stuff, was always having problems with them.
Rusty's XJ had the 2.5, which was horrible under normal conditions. But his was geared so low, dual transfer case that it didn't need. Well, it's like all pro ran Volkswagen engines in their rock crawlers. You didn't need but about 70 horsepower. It's got, by the time you put that thing in 4 low, it was like 16-1. You were geared in the 4 digits. You didn't need much motor.
Shane, share that knife I've thrown up there, and y'all tell me if you think it's ugly.
Yeah.
I don't think it's ugly. It's just
It's assisted new Benchmade in LMAX.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of yuck.
I mean, I wouldn't pay $325 for it. But keep in mind, dude, assisted knives are still very popular.
Oh, I know. I'm not knocking the assisted. I'm knocking the. I think the blade shape is
it's-
kind of funky.
It don't look any different than a Presidio or. It's
Yeah, you're
very
right.
different than a Freak. It's just not. And that's the thing with Benchmade, man. They've all, they'll come out with a new knife or change, and they do so little. The changes are the differences are so subtle. That's why I love the Crooked River and the Contigo, because they were out there.
Right. You're exactly right. Or the Mini Loco.
Yeah. And that's why, like I say with Kaiser, I own 2 Kaisers. I've got a Mini Paragon that Patina gave me. I love it. I've got that Sheepdog XL. I love it. If
That's
I'm
that
gonna buy
recurve,
Kaiser,
right?
yeah. If I'm going to buy a Kaiser, it better be something crazy off the wall that nobody else would make. Yeah. No, Patina, the 2.5, the mail trucks was the Chevrolet 2.5, which is actually a good engine. That Jeep 2.5 was garbage. But it did everything Rusty needed to do. That wasn't his Jeep Speed race truck. That was his rock crawler. But they only had like 80 horsepower. They were bad, man, especially for a daily driver. It's the worst engine and transmission combo they ever made. Because the straight shift in those was a Peugeot. And the synchronizer, you chew the synchronizers up every 30,000 miles.
They just wouldn't handle it.
They were just garbage to begin with. Now, the Jeep transmission that they bolted to the 4.0 was fucking bomb-proof. But the Peugeot transmission that they bolted to the 2.5 was garbage. I got a buddy with a Mahindra Rockstar that goes places like a goat. Yeah, those things are pretty cool. I know they were being sued by Jeep because the grill looked too much like a Jeep. I don't know, whatever. Finding a gear, yeah. Then when you did find it, you had to grind into it. Yeah. I had to do a few things. Did I miss anything? Nah, we're talking about off-road now. Patina got me. You guys don't know this, but that was my hobby before knives up until 10 years ago. I lived for climbing power line cuts. I was in the woods every weekend. I had a shop in my backyard. Me and Meathead built everything from dune buggies, upgraded roll cages for UTVs. We had a pipe bender. We built rock crawling buggies. It was all budget stuff, though. We weren't anything like the people Patina worked for. We were we were having to fabricate everything ourselves, and yeah.
Speaking of Baja, you remember when Matt Carricker ran the Baja?
Vaguely, I think I remember him doing that.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
This was right after his brother passed. It was
Yeah.
like maybe 6 months after that.
Yeah, that was a really sad time.
Because it was right when they got the mansion, I think, is when he went down there and did it.
Yeah.
Somebody just died in a plane
I remember
crash.
them being excited because I think the Carrickers were well off before Matt made his millions. I mean, I say well off. They were
They're doing all right.
They were up there middle class. But luckily Matt made all that money. I remember they were really excited because they were able to afford all that stem cell therapy for him, and it didn't help him at all.
Yeah.
He was just too far gone.
Y'all hear that guy that wrote Jesus Saves the Wheel died in a plane crash over the weekend?
Huh?
The guy that wrote Jesus Take the Wheel,
I thought that chick wrote it.
he wrote it for her.
Who was
And
it?
he's written a lot of other songs. Let me pull it up. Hold on. Jesus Take The wheel plane crash. Here you go. It was Brett James, Granny winning Jesus Take the Wheel songwriter, died in North Carolina.
That's horrible.
Yeah, it sucks.
You should have had that playing when you were driving the car.
Jesus
Might have a car, might have a car door.
There used to be this band.
Take the wheel.
There used to be this band called the Tennessee Rounders that used to play at Blackstone. That was my bar, and they were awesome, man. Like you could turn on the Broad Street 4 blocks away, and you could feel the energy coming from that bar when they were there. It was nobody went home alone. It was just always a good time. And they broke up. The lead singer left, and Channing Wilson, who was the guitar player, he tried to keep it going, but it just wasn't the same without him. And Channing was just one of those stories, that's super talented. He's a big, heavyset redneck guy. And, we would, anywhere he was playing, we'd go. Sometimes he'd be playing to 5 people. And dude, I've never been more happy when Luke Combs came out with that song. What was it? She got the best of me. That was my buddy Channing Wilson wrote that song. So he was like in his 40s, and that's how he hit it.
Oh, that set him up?
It set him up for life, yeah. He's highly sought after in songwriting in Nashville now. But
that's awesome.
I got to see a video of Channing and Luke Combs performing it together. Channing didn't have a very good singing voice. He'd sing anyway, but his voice wasn't great. But he was
the creative force behind those guys.
Yeah. Tennessee Rounders were. I don't know if there's any YouTube videos of them because they broke up about the time the internet started happening. Paul Mills, the moment she opened her mouth on American Idol, the moment she made the very first sound, I turned to my wife and said, she will win this competition. And not only did she win it, she became the highest money maker, most successful artist that's ever came through American Idol.
Have you seen her recently?
No.
She's filled out.
Yeah, I take that back. I know.
Nicely though. I'm not saying not bad.
Right.
I mean, like,
who y'all talking about? Carrie?
Yeah.
Yeah, she'd gotten almost too thin there for a while. Yeah. Very form-fitting looking.
Hottest picture I ever seen of her was wearing that T-shirt of her husband hockey's team. It says, "I'm a Predator, bitch." Yeah, He played for the Nashville Predators. Yeah, she's a very pretty girl.
Yeah, she could sing her ass off too. That's for sure.
Yeah, I took my daughter to see her, my youngest daughter.
Y'all remember when Ruben Stoddard and Clay Aiken were on there?
Yeah.
There was a joke, and I can't remember. I think it was Chris Rock that was talking about he finally watched the Tommy Lee film. And he said, man, the last time I saw a pussy take a pounding like that was when I watched Ruben Stoddard beat Clay Aiken in the final.
Ruben was there was no doubt Ruben was not going to go on.
I fucking died laughing, man.
He was not going to go on to be successful, but because he was so big and fat and jolly,
lovable,
he captured everybody's heart. That's why he won that.
He did, and but that was just to me the way fucking he said that. Like
he still plays. He plays like local shows down in Birmingham.
He probably does okay for himself. That's probably better than a 9 to 5.
I didn't realize. How there's a local guy around here called Albert Simpson. He's great, man. And when you meet him and know him and hang out with him, he just seems like an average blue collar kind of guy. But all he does for a living is plays bars. And then he goes to Texas every year for 40 days and does 40 festivals. So he plays every night for 40 days straight. And I'd never talked to Albert about money. And then But he messed up and kind of told me what he got paid per festival. And then I figured out how many festivals it was. And I was like, wait a minute, he makes $120,000 in 40 days. And then I got realizing that these local bars would pay him $2,000 a night. That dude's making a fucking ton of money.
Yeah.
People are like,
he's got expenses, but
I've heard people around here say, man, it's a shame Albert didn't make it. And I had a conversation with him about that. And he's like, Shane, anytime you can do something that you love
and not have to do something different and subsidize it.
Yeah, and make more money than you actually need to live, that's making it, buddy. So people think making it is being on television or on the radio.
That ruins your life. That has the capacity to change everything you know
Absolutely.
about yourself
Yeah.
and lose yourself.
Yeah. And if you guys look up Albert Simpson, I do not enjoy his music with the band. I only like Albert, a lot like Channing Wilson and Chris Posey. I like to go to a bar when they're just sitting on a stool with an acoustic guitar. The whole band it's just a little much for me. It's too much going on. Cankles, Tina.
I haven't seen it yet, but did y'all see the latest South Park with Chris Rock?
Wait a minute, what? Oh, that's Paul saying he needs a wrench. I got the names mixed up. I thought it was Patina. I was like, you are a mod, Patina. Yeah. Damn it. My bad, Tina.
But the latest South Park did a Kid Rock spoof, and allegedly Kid Rock's just fucking pissed. I want to see it just to see what they made Kid Rock do. But there's a picture of him without a shirt on, standing out by a pool. I don't know how they spun him, but evidently he's not happy.
Oh, he'll be fine.
I know he will.
All right, gentlemen, I got to bounce.
Yeah, I'm not going to be on. We're not going to be much longer anyway.
Kyle, have a good night, brother.
We've covered everything from death and politics and
Shit we shouldn't have covered. Shit we should have covered.
yeah, we've done it all. We've tried some awesome hot sauce. Guys, if y'all guys like hot sauce, no shit, man. This is delicious. Y'all hit Bugsy up, man. Bugsy's good about supporting the community. So let's give him some support.
Oh,
You should love a hot sauce.
way to go, Tina. Let me see. Fix it.
Apologize.
It's not about politics, man.
All right,
I've got the best mods in the world.
I just hit him for 10 seconds, so he should be able to come back now.
Well, let's see before we go.
Yeah, we don't want to leave him.
I don't want to leave Paul being upset.
We miss you, Paul.
But I don't know if I ever got to finish that. I don't know if you guys
He's
know
back.
this. Paul Mills has a Thug that nobody else owns, probably ever will. Paul Mills it's already heat treated, ground, ready for handles. Paul Mills has a S125V Thug, which is, I think, super cool. You know,
Yeah, it is.
He's
back.
He bought the steel, so yeah, it's just hanging there waiting on handles. And I actually made them glow and sent him pictures. I'm a little disappointed though because they just look black when they're not glowing. So if they're not glowing, they just look like black carbon fiber. And then when you put a light on them, they glow blue. But I've misplaced them.
What the hell, Tina?
Get Paul's knife put together.
Why would you try to? You can't time me out, jackass.
Dude, but at this point, Kyle has more power in here than I do. I think he can time me out.
Yeah, Kyle's pretty much learned how to run the
Kyle's got like an
StreamYard from the
administrator
inside.
access to StreamYard or some shit. I don't know. Yeah, which I'm sure he loves.
Well, I love you, kids. I hope everybody has a fantastic night.
I had a good time, and I got just an update. I've got scales on 2 of the Thugs that are going to Northern Knives. If I can get 2 done a day, I'll be happy. Get those done up pretty soon. Send them off to Kyle. Let him put his magic touch on them. I'm sure he's going to want to touch the handles up a little bit. You know, I don't talk about it often enough. But the reason when you guys get a knife from me and it's super nice, Kyle is as responsible for that as I am. If maybe more responsible for that as I am. Because I can't do this by myself. There's just things I'm not good at that Kyle is. So, you know,
There's a lot of love in those knives, that's for sure.
Kyle is as much edgy American Blades as Shane is, that's for sure.
I disagree with that, but
anyway, all right, guys.
I love y'all.
Call it. Peace. See
Peace.
y'all.
I'm going to eat later.
later.